All right, all right. What is good, everyone? What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Shout outs to everybody here. Appreciate all of you guys coming out to tonight's stream. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Appreciate everybody that's here. We got a lot of awesome stuff to talk about. The music's a little loud, so we got to turn that down a little bit. But we got a lot of awesome stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff to discuss. Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct, that's tomorrow, so I'll be up bright and early, ready for you guys to stream that event. So it's gonna be good, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna go over our predictions for the show, what we could see, what we couldn't see, what's happening. I mean, like it's gonna be an interesting time. You don't hear any music. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I think that's because the music was muted. So yeah, that's the reason why. Because the desktop, I don't know why it's doing that. For some reason, every time that I start up my OBS, Streamlabs OBS, either my desktop is muted or my mic is muted. One of the it's like random. Like one of the two is either muted. So my mic was muted many times, and then I'd have to click it. But now it seems like my desktop audio is muted. So anyway. Let's get into the shout-outs. If you're here in the chat, make sure you say what up. Say hi to all my peeps here. Thank you guys for showing up today. I really appreciate that as well. Let's go. My man Dior is here, like always. What's up, Dior? General Zamora is here. What's up, General Zamora? Welcome. Party Man Cart. What's up, Party Man Cart? And Justin with the Jow Jow.
Tried Hyrule Warriors DE. It's a rare game that runs handheld 1080p without a patch. But I have been addicted to Rune Factory bad. Lol.
Yeah, I've put about I think 18 hours into Rune Factory. And yeah, I've been kind of addicted to the game as well. It's pretty good. It's like the best 8 out of 10 game that I've ever played, or like 7.5 to 8 out of 10 that I've ever played. It's really good. It's got a few things that I don't like, or a few things that are a little like, graphics aren't the best. Character models are good, but the graphics aren't the best. But the gameplay is fantastic. And the gameplay loop is really interesting and fun, like to kind of manage your different villages and like the money that's coming in and out and all of that. So yeah, I like it. I actually like it. And it makes the farming like not so bad. It makes it like pretty automated. Like you can just easily click the overhead view, boom, 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 just lay down all the crops. Just you can do it real quick, or you can just automate it. So I actually like Rune Factory quite a bit. I think I'm gonna make a video on it. I captured a lot of footage, so I'll probably just cut up a video, probably put something together for you guys on it. But shout out to my man Justin. Thank you so much with the starting off the combo breaks. Let's get to 15 on the combo board. We'll get a 15-minute extension on today's stream on the combos. Let's go. Epic Lobsters here. What's up? The Cool Guy, D Money, Superpower Man, Glenmore Legister, Aqua Astra, WMGGT, DE235. But yeah, I gotta try out Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I have the game. I gotta try it out. But I'm waiting for that memory card to come in, or SD card express, Justin, so I can not have to clear out everything every time that I want to get a new game, you know, or get a different game more like it. So that's my man Justin. Thank you so much for that. Support that $10 JoJo, boys. Let's go. Thank you so much for the support. 3,000 Switch 2 stolen off of a truck. Apparently, that's the news that's going around. That 2,800 something Switch 2s were stolen off a truck, I guess in Colorado. But yeah, I'll wait till we get like more confirmation on that. But yeah, I mean, even if it was, I mean, oh well. Tried Pokken Tournament on Switch 2. I haven't tried Pokken Tournament. I gotta try that out. I mean, it already runs at 60 on the Switch 1. It runs on 60 on the Wii U, so yeah. Let's see, OJ, can you play Cyberpunk, or does it make you motion sick? It makes me kind of motion sick, so I can't really play it for too long a stints. Did you pick up who you're going to romance? Not yet, Rena. I have a couple different girls that I'm thinking about in the game. Just want to make sure that I'm very clear with that in the game in terms of the romance options. But yeah, we'll see. I haven't thought about it yet. I haven't thought about it too hard, at least. Let's see here. Have you tested No More Heroes? I have. I've been meaning to try other games, but I'm too addicted to the Mario Kart World. Yeah, you know what? Mario Kart World's super fun. I've been playing other games, though. I've been playing backwards compatibility a little bit for tests, but I've also been playing a ton of Rune Factory. So I've kind of taken a little bit of step back from Mario Kart World, but I'm going to get back to it this week, though. because like we're gonna play Mario Kart Mondays this upcoming Monday. We're gonna be playing Mario Kart again, so I'm gonna definitely kind of get back into the groove, you know, in a little bit. I do hope for a patch though. I do want them to do a patch because it's kind of crazy some of the stuff that people are doing when it comes to like trying to win at knockouts, or like they're getting like crazy types of stuff going on. So I mean, a nice little bit of a balance patch would be good. So yeah, AI balance patch, a little bit of the items balance patch. It's not even just the AI, it's even just some of the item like placement and stuff, like when you're talking about like even playing like online. But yeah, the game's super fun though. I'm really enjoying it. What's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome. I'm doing good. Should be bad for a loss of stolen goods. Well, I think it shouldn't be too bad. Well, it was about 1.4 million according to that. But I mean, like, what can you do? Somebody jacks some stuff off the truck. Hopefully they find them, you know. If they find them, there'll probably be surveillance. So hopefully they'll find them. Obviously put them in prison, lock them up, and then recover the stolen goods. But yeah, that's definitely not a good thing because people are obviously wanting to get those Nintendo Switch 2s. But something tells me it was probably an inside job. Randomly, they knew that truck was carrying Nintendo Switch 2s. Yeah, right. So it's definitely like somebody, the trucker, the trucking company, they knew what was on there, and then they targeted them. So usually with inside jobs like that, it's easier to track what happened. So, or it's easier to try to find what happened more than it just being like a random thing. So they'll probably find out who did it if that actually happened. Let's see. I got to get on the ball, try to get a Switch 2. I've been seeing all the gameplay. Yeah, man, it's awesome, dude. Was going to get Room Factory, but I'm into right up first this week. Well, Room Factory was a launch game, but yeah. Let's see. Those was a GTA heist. Yeah, it was like a GTA heist, man. Yeah, definitely like Insider. Could we get Mother's Assassin's Creed games? I don't know what Mother's Assassin's Creed game means. Feature. Let's see here. I have some ideas that they can change, but I'm loving the game otherwise. Yeah, it's all good. What's up, Buster5? Welcome. What is good? So I hope we get more game announcements. The new DK game doesn't interest you. Well, I mean, there's things called Nintendo Directs, so I mean, like, I'm pretty sure you know of these things called Nintendo Directs where they announce new games. So if DK doesn't announce you, then it's unfortunate. But I mean, I would say take a look at all the different games that are already out right now, or take a look at the backwards compatible games, because I'm pretty sure you didn't beat everything on Switch 1. So that's what I would say take a look at if DK doesn't interest you, because there's like a grip of stuff to play. But yeah, I would say wait for the Nintendo Directs. That's where they you don't have to hope. I mean, obviously they're going to have Nintendo Directs. They're going to announce new stuff. Clearly, I mean, they've already laid out the games for this year, Delphian. So, or I don't know how to say it, Delph. They've already laid out the games for this year. So there's Metroid Prime, there's Kirby, Star Cross Worlds, there's Drag Cross Drive, there's Hyrule Warriors. You know, we know the games that are coming out this year, the big games that are coming out. Probably Splatoon Raiders is coming out, so that's what you have to look forward to, is the games that they already announced. Like, there's not going to be any, like, a bunch of surprise announcements for, like, first-party games or anything like that. They've already laid out the games for this year for the most part. I mean, you might get maybe one more announcement or so, but the games that they've already talked about this year are kind of already laid out, you know? So you know what's coming. Let's see here. Will you cover Yoshida's comments on behalf of how SIE views Nintendo? No, because it's irrelevant. I mean, like, it doesn't really matter what SIE views, how they view Nintendo. And the reason why I say that doesn't really matter is because it's a lot of bravado and it's a lot of just random nonsense. They don't consider them competition, but in Japan we do, but in everywhere else we don't. What? Then why did you release the Portal worldwide? Why didn't you just release it in Japan then? Like, why are you releasing Portal to everybody? It should have just been a Japanese exclusive thing then, if you only consider them competition in only in Japan. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Then why did you make the PlayStation Move controller? Why did you make that controller and release it worldwide and then have Western games for it? Like, who are you competing against then? Like, what was that? Who are you responding to? Like, that doesn't make it. So, like, Yoshida, I've said this once about Yoshida, I'll say it again. He's great for what Sony did. I don't even know what he did at Sony, but whatever he did at Sony, he's great for that, or whatever it was. But he actually legitimately does not know anything about Nintendo. Like, he doesn't know anything about Nintendo, and that's honestly, that's the reason why. Outside of the Wii U, that's the reason why they pretty much outsold Sony every single time. It's because he doesn't know what's going on there. I mean, if you look at the 3DS, that outsold it. You look at the DS, that outsold the PSP, outsold the PS Vita. You look at the Wii, that outsold the PS3. Like I said, outside of the Wii U, I mean, they pretty much outsold them every time. You look at the Switch, that outsold the PS4. You look at the Switch is going to outsell the PS5, and I guarantee you that the Switch 2 is probably going to outsell the PS5 as well. So Yoshida doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, legitimately doesn't know what he's talking about here. So, or it's not that he doesn't know what he's talking about, but clearly he's mistaken, right? So there's really no point. Like, what's the point of covering it? I mean, he's not right. So, or what's the point of discussing it more so than anything outside of what he says? He's entitled to his opinion, though, you know? But it doesn't really make any sense, to be honest. What's the point of making the PS Move? What's the point of making the PS Portal? What's the point of making and then releasing them worldwide? What's the point of making something like Astrobot and then ripping off stuff from Mario? What's the point of making Mod Nation Racers and all these other things that they've made to kind of PS All Stars? Like, shout outs to B Martin with the Toby Blaster. Let's go.
Sup, my brother. It's been a
What's
while.
up?
Sorry that I haven't been to the streams for a while.
Yo, what's good?
Just been going through some stuff.
Nah,
but
man, I feel
everything
you.
is good now.
I feel you.
Just want to say I appreciate you so much, man.
Appreciate
Your
you
streams
too.
help me out so much, bro.
Thank you,
God
man.
bless,
Thank you.
brother.
God bless, man. Thank you so much, Mr. B Martin, one of the old school maple syrup boys. Yo, thank you for that big $15 dono. You are now the Stream Ninja and Stream Hulk Hogan. Getting us to 25 on the board. Yes, sir. Anybody that's 15 or more, you can put my man B Martin on the board. Yo, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. So, yeah, listen, B Martin, you guys know. I mean, you know how it is. Shout outs, bro. But like, I don't know what Yoshida's talking about, man. They've been doing all these moves that's literally direct in competition with Nintendo. Then say that they're not in. No, we don't really view them as that. It's just cap. You know, it's just cap. So. They should have made the PS Move. They should have made the PS Portal. They should have made PS All Stars. They should have made Mod Nation Racers. They shouldn't have made all this stuff. If they're not in competition, why are you making all this stuff that's trying to be like Nintendo then? Like, I don't get it. Shout outs though, B Martin. Thank you for the big 15. Yeah, they know what they're doing. So yeah. Say, OJ, chat, thanks for bringing this up. This topic just done. How many Nintendo first-party replicas does Sony made? What happened to Foam Stars? Exactly. They went out there, purchased Foam Stars to try to be like Splatoon. That failed. They've been doing things to sit there, and I don't understand what Yoshida's saying. Like, if it's just, only in Japan, then why are you doing all these things than doing them worldwide? Like, then just release them in Japan then. Why are you doing it worldwide? Why are you making the PS Move was clearly built for a Western audience as well. It wasn't just built for Japan. Like the PS Move, the PS Portal, all these different things were built for a worldwide audience, Western and Japanese. Now, if they were just simply making like a Pokemon clone and really pushing it in Japan or stuff like that, then I can understand what they're talking about, or certain games and pushing it in Japan. But a lot of this stuff is pushed worldwide. It's not just pushed in Japan. So I don't understand what he's talking about. It doesn't make any sense. Let's see here. What's up, Sky Guys Quest? Welcome. Hey, OJ Chat, I think bringing up this stuff. Okay, yeah, I already read that. Shout outs. Let's see here. Some people having issues with their Switch 2s. Sure, some people always are having issues with any type of tech that comes out. So yeah. David Dampier, what's good, man? Welcome. Shout outs. I think general media has this weird misconception of Nintendo in general. I don't really think so. I think that the general media is just it's a small number of people, and they all kind of sometimes say the same thing. So I don't even really think it's like they had the media just in general. It's just a certain people that keep on saying the same thing over and over, you know, and they're usually wrong. But like whatever, they're allowed to have their opinion, right? He was speaking about how Sony themselves view Nintendo. That's what I'm saying. So he's saying that, we don't really consider them competition except for in Japan. Okay, so then why are you making all of these things? If you view them only competition in Japan, why are you making all of these things that are directly copying them and then pushing it to a worldwide audience, if that's the case? Like, why are you doing that? You see what I'm saying? So if you view yourself, we don't really see them as competition like that, then why are you doing all these things and then pushing it worldwide? So what I'm trying to say is that it's a little bit of arrogance, it's a little bit of, that's just weird, and it's a little bit of denial when it comes down to it. Now, sure, if you want to sit there and say we're not competition with whatever because you want to take victories over something even when you aren't the best selling, sure. Like, you can sit there and say, we're not in competition with Nintendo, so the Wii doesn't count. Oh, well, we're not in competition with Nintendo, so the PS Vita getting smoked doesn't count. Oh, well, we're not in competition with Nintendo, so the Switch doesn't count. We're the top system. Like that's all it's for. It's for that. And the reason why I say that is that look at their graph. Their graph, they say that they're not in competition with Nintendo in terms of how they view themselves, but they have a graph literally fake charting the popularity of Nintendo and Microsoft compared to themselves. So if you're not in competition with Nintendo, why is Nintendo even on that graph? Why are you copying their ideas? Why are you trying to get some of their, like, why are you trying to make your own version of Smash Brothers? Why are you making your own version of the Wii? Why are you making your own version of a portable system like the PS Portal? Why are you making something like your own version, trying to make your own version of Mario? Like, why are you doing all these things then, if that's the case? Why are you trying to make your own Mario Kart? By the way, they had something called Mod Nation Racers that was trying to be like Mario Kart. Like, why are you doing all these things if you're not in competition? What's the point? Or if it's only in Japan, then just push those only to Japan. Don't push those to a worldwide audience. You just said it's only in Japan. So that doesn't make any sense. What he's saying doesn't make any sense. What he's saying, it don't make no sense. Why go out there and buy foam stars? Why purchase foam stars and copy Splatoon? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? What's the point of doing all that? That doesn't make any sense. That's all I'm trying to say. Let's see here. B Martin 001 with the upgrade to Ambu tier. Hey, shout outs, man. Thank you so much, B Martin. I appreciate the upgrade to Ambu tier, baby. Let's go. Let's get you a few points on that one as well. Thank you so much, man. Hey, what's up, the Afro Rises? Welcome to the stream. Shout outs. Sony always been in comp as a Sony always been in comp as a Sony lover. It's the now, just like Drake saying he isn't in comp with Kendrick. It's like Kendrick and Drake, the situation there. So yeah. Man, that dude wishes he had some imagination. I mean, listen, man, he's entitled to his opinion, though. Like, if that's how they truly felt, listen, that might be how they truly felt. But once again, that's the reason why that they're constantly getting outsold. Outside of the Wii U, really, the Nintendo's beat them in sales every single time. The Wii U was the only time. Or at least in the last 20 years or something like that, 15, 20 years, the Wii outsold the PS3. The DS outsold the PSP, the 3DS outsold the Vita, the Switch outsold the PS4, and it's going to outsell the PS5, and Switch 2 has a very good chance of outselling the PS5. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's like, that's fine. If he wants to sit there and say that they're not, okay, well, maybe that's the reason why you guys are constantly getting outsold. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's the reason why. Because you're not looking at, or because you have that opinion. You gotta factor it like this, guys. And this is how Nintendo sees it. This is how most companies see it. They're competing for your time. Anybody who puts out a device that has games to play, they're competing against that for your time. That's how Nintendo sees it. They don't see it as like, oh, well, they're not a high end, or, oh, they're in the portable. No, it's like anybody that's putting out video games, interactive video games, AAA games, whatever the case is, they're all competing for your time. So it's competition nonetheless. But if you want to have, like I said, if you want to be arrogant about it, and that's fine. They can be arrogant about it. But maybe, like I said, maybe that's the reason why they really, outside of the Wii U, they haven't actually done better in terms of the actual sales. So, yeah. Yeah, last chance for the Nintendo Switch 2 giveaway. We're going to be announcing that tomorrow. We might announce it. I think we might announce it in the morning stream, but I might give people a little bit more time to enter in, because like that morning stream is going to be super early. So, yeah, last chance. Link in the description. Make sure you head over to the community page. Subscribe to the channel first. If you're not subbed, subscribe to the channel, and then head over to the community page and do that. So, and then vote, and then drop a comment there. Big love to Life Will Change with the 26 months. Thank you so much, Life Will Change. I appreciate that, man. Let's see. Sup, trying to get good at Mario Kart World. I'm the best. I will be the best ninja in the village again someday. You and Party Man got to fight for that title. You, Party Man, General Zamora. I didn't know Sony purchased Foam Stars with the F. It was a failure. Yeah, they purchased an exclusivity deal with Square Enix for Foam Stars. So I don't know how long that exclusivity deal is, but I don't think it really matters. That game's dead in the water anyway. So it was kind of a DOA game to begin with. So yeah. Let's see here. Be right back. Out to eat. Nintendo's frying the competition. Sony got to make games. Talk about PS6. You got no games is wild. I mean, everyone's already starting to talk about the next generation. Microsoft is starting to talk about the next generation as well. It kind of feels like this generation just got going, though. It feels like we're just starting to get some really, really good games. Sony, in terms of their own first-party games, has been pretty stagnant a little bit this gen. I've enjoyed some of the third-party stuff, though. I enjoyed Astrobot, I enjoyed Stellar Blade, I enjoyed some stuff for sure. But it seems like they're just kind of getting going after having the disaster of, you know, Jim Ryan's live service push. So yeah, man, it's one of those things to where it's like, man, already talking about next gen. I mean, I got a PS5 Pro, so I don't really think I'll probably hop into next gen right away like I did last, like, you know, I did it last time, unless there's some like incredible, you know, day one game that I have to have, then okay, then maybe I'll do it. But, you know, I got to see the prices. I got to see how everything is first and foremost, because it looks like things are just going to get way more expensive. Juice Man Vaughn with the $5 Ninja Peach.
Anyone of us who pays attention to the history of gaming can see that Sony's actions doesn't line up with their nonchalant attitude about Nintendo.
Yeah.
Internally, Sony is scoping everything Nintendo does, and will even copy them when they have an opportunity.
Exactly. That's why I don't really see. I mean, I'm not doubting what Mr. Yoshida has to say here, but it's more of a condescending thing or an arrogant thing within Sony than it is like an actual reality thing. Because it's like, if you don't see them as competition, don't rip off their stuff. Like, if you don't see them as like, don't take Super Smash Brothers. Why would you make PS All Stars if you don't see, like, what's the point of making that game? Was that just for Japan? Clearly, it was not just for Japan. Like, clearly that was not just for Japan. You know, like, don't make Mario Kart clone. Don't make Mod Nation Racers. You know, don't make Little Big Planet. These are all the things that they've done in direct compare, like, to try to go like, okay, hey, we can have this too. Like, don't make the PS Portal. Don't make the PS Move. Like, don't do all these things if you're not in direct competition. Then what's the point? You're making something that rips off or that borrows from Nintendo, and then you're trying to do that to fight against Microsoft. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah. When will the next direct covering first party releases, third party releases be? I'm not really sure, Jack. We'll see when Nintendo decides to do it. So when they do, then we'll all know. Mod Nation Races was Mod Races was so trash. Yeah, it was really garbage. Shout out to Juice Man Vaughn getting us past the 30 mark. Yo, we out here. 30-minute extension on tonight's stream, guys. We got 12 more for a 45-minute extension on tonight's stream. Let's go.
Overclock Buster.
Thank you guys so much for your support. Appreciate that. Stream clock extended. Thank you guys for your support, man. Yeah, I'm not sure when the next Xenoblade updates will be, man. We'll have to wait and see on that one. To be fair, PlayStation All Stars was not for anyone. That game was bad. I don't understand what's the to be fair about before that, Alvin. I don't get it. To be fair, what? It's a copy of Super Smash Brothers. They copied Nintendo. Like that's the point. The point. So what's the to be fair for? They copied Nintendo. They copied them, and that's it. So if you're not competing with them, it doesn't matter if it wasn't for anyone. That's not the point. The point is that the game they copied Nintendo. They're saying, oh, we're not in competition directly, but they copied them. So that's it. Let's see. You know, it's funny. I hear a lot of complaining, and the funny thing is, why are you guys buying all these consoles instead of waiting and making them build them better? Who's you guys, and what are you talking about for Mike Gaming? So it's like you need to let us know. Okay, hold up. It says, wait. Now I'm confused, my guy. You're talking about PlayStation doing the exact thing as Nintendo Switch? No. I said that they copied them with the PS Portal. That's what I said that they did. And I said that they've copied them many times in the past with stuff like PS Move, like the Wii, or stuff like Mod Nation Races, which is their take on Mario Kart, or stuff like PS All Stars, which is their take on Super Smash Brothers. That's what I said. So yeah. But Nintendo Switch tried to do the same thing Sony back in. What did Nintendo Switch copy when it comes to Sony? What are you talking about? What did they copy? Let me know. What did they copy from Sony? You said they copied Sony. What did they copy? What did they do? Let's see here. Ask for free. No, I'm interested in hearing what he has to say. What did they copy with the Switch to what system? From Sony or Microsoft? What did they copy? And Nintendo never. And here's the overall point. The overall point is Nintendo never said that Sony wasn't competition. They never said that. They never said that there wasn't competition. That's the whole point. The whole point was that they never said that it wasn't competition. I'm not getting mad at Sony for copying. What I'm saying is what Shuhei Yoshida said. Talking about, oh yeah, that's not competition, but yet you're copying their stuff. Nintendo never said that Sony wasn't competition. They've actually said the direct opposite many times. So what you're saying, it doesn't matter. The point isn't getting mad at them copying. The point is you can't be sitting there copying somebody else in the same field as you, then saying they're not competition when you're copying their stuff. Let's see here. Game cards wouldn't even be a thing without Sony. Game cards wouldn't even be a thing without Sony. Sony has nothing to do with game cards. I don't know what you're talking about, Fro Mike. So I mean, I think you get your news. I think you get your information from Twitter. I think you're someone that's from Twitter. You must be, because Sony has nothing to do with game cards. Like literally, like nothing to do with them. Sony created CD media. They created that. They created the Blu-ray. So they created that as well. But they did not create game key cards. That has nothing to do with them. Let's see here. Look in the history when they were combined. No, I want you to tell me the history right now. I want you to tell me what it is. That game key cards has nothing to do with Sony. It's literally just a digital download it in a shell of a key of a cartridge. So I don't see Sony creating that. That's not what Sony didn't do that. Aren't State of Play the copy of Nintendo? I mean, the whole industry copied Nintendo with Nintendo Direct, so I mean that's something that's okay. That doesn't matter. That's not what I said. Game cartridge is not key. Once again, this is an irrelevant conversation. My point isn't that it's bad to copy. My point is you can't say that you're not competition and then copy what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. So it's irrelevant. I think you're not understanding the point of the conversation. The point is Shuhei Yoshida is saying that, oh, well, we didn't consider them really competition except for in Japan, yet you're copying a lot of things that they're doing and pushing it to a worldwide audience. So what I'm saying is that what he's saying is not completely 100% the truth. That's all I'm trying to say. It's not about them just copying. I hope you understand that. So I don't think you understand that because you keep on asking questions, even though I clearly. So I'm done. I'm not really in the mood to go back and forth with you since you can't understand a basic premise, man. I'm good. All right, let's move on. I'm disappointed in all the NIS news. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the new Trails game, even though it's going to be a far off for me as a game key card, man, that sucks, but it is what it is. Everyone copies. It's when you act like you invented it and lie about where you got the sauce. I don't think Sony they didn't even lie about where, or anything like that. What I'm saying is like the way that they're acting weird about, oh, we don't see them as competition. Oh, while we copy a lot of their ideas. It's like, okay. Well, why are you copying their ideas if you don't see them as competition? That's why I said this is a stupid discussion. It's silly because like the actions speak louder than the words, like Juice Man Vaughn said. Like, if that's the case, then you wouldn't be making all the stuff that you made in the past and still to this point. Like, you wouldn't make a Portal if you're not, you wouldn't even do a Portal at all. So yeah. I'm not, clearly you're confused, Mike, so I'm not going back and forth with you, man. I told you what it was. I told you, I literally gave you examples, man, and I told you exactly what it is in terms of stuff that they've copied, even with PS Portal, and that's new. PS Portal's new. Even with Astrobot, that's new. These are copying of things that Nintendo's already done, and you're still not understanding, so I ain't gonna be going back and forth with you, brother. Let's see here. Why would they view Xbox and its 30 million units sold as comp as Switch over 150? Well, he was just talking about it in general, but I'm guessing because they have the same spec hardware. I think that's what he's thinking about. So yeah. In this economy, plenty of consumers will be choosing between a Switch 2 and PS5. Seems like definition of competition. Yeah, I mean things are getting more and more expensive, so we'll be seeing it. We'll be seeing. So yeah. Don't you see they're copying them because they're not in the same market? We call this 8D chess. Yeah, 8D chess. Copy them. Oh, nobody will notice that we copied them. That we copied their stuff because we're not. You know what the funny thing is? A lot of people act like the top PlayStation people on Twitter and stuff actually believe that. That's the funny thing. Like they're all excited about platformers when Astrobot comes out. And then Donkey Kong's coming out, and all of a sudden they don't like platformers anymore. There's a certain accounts that I follow that I see on Twitter. They were all about platformers and platforming when Astrobot was a thing. You asked them about Donkey Kong, which honestly looks more impressive in terms of just like what you can do, destructibility, the worlds, the environments look way big. It looks like it's gonna be far more dynamic, right? And all of a sudden, oh, they're not. Oh, I'm not into Donkey Kong. Oh, no, I'm good. They were all so. I mean, like I said, if you put Donkey Kong on if you put Donkey Kong Bonanza on PS5, trust me, they'd be excited about it. It'd be like, oh yeah, this is the next great platformer after Astrobot. But now that since it's not on PS5, all of a sudden, I'm good. I'm not excited. Oh no, I'm good with platformers. Let's stop hyping the Switch up. It's trash, bro. Especially in the time era, it should be way more advanced. I'm honest. It goes with any gaming console. Switch 1 or Switch 2? Give me 1 second, guys. Phone's ringing. Give me one.
What's up, OJ? How are you doing today? And I get any music from Persona 4?
Shoutouts, guys. Thank you for the $3 dono. This is what up, OJ. How you doing today? I'm doing good. Music from Persona 4. I got you, man. Persona 4. Switch 2 or Switch 1? Mike Gaming. Persona 4 thing. And I got another question to ask you. If Switch is so trash, why are so many people buying it? Are you just way smarter than everybody else, or what? Are you just a much better gamer than everybody? The OLED's trash and all that. Everything's garbage. Okay. So show us your gaming history. Let's see, before I get this Persona music, show us what you're playing. So let me see your Xbox or your PlayStation tag or your PC. Let's see what you're playing so you can inform all of us about how a awesome, cool gamer like yourself plays. Let us know what we should be playing. We're not you, but we all suck. We're all stupid. We're all dumb. It's trash. It's garbage. We shouldn't be playing Switch. 150 million people that have bought it. So we're all dumb. You're smart. So feel free. Let us know. Put your gaming tag and let's see what you've been playing so we can all copy you, since you're the smart, awesome, incredible gamer that knows everything about gaming. You know, so put your tag and let's take a look at what you've been playing. All right, let me get this Persona music. All right, here we go. Let's see. Your Sony viewing Astrobot as just for kids, really pivoting to cinematic, mature games. It's such a letdown as someone who grew up with Sony, loving mascots, platformers, PS1 and PS2 growing up. Viewing Astrobot just for kids. I mean, clearly Sony knows that it's not only kids that are playing. I think probably most people playing Astrobot are adults. The most people that probably played Astrobot are probably adults. So, give me 5 seconds. Got my PC, my PS1, my PlayStation 1, Xbox. Whatever you're playing on right now, put what you're playing on right now so you can let us know, since you're smart and we're all dumb. So put your tag. Put your tag. Go ahead. Steam Deck's so good. Steam Deck is so good, Mike. Nobody's buying it. Like, it's only sold barely. The Switch 2 outsold it in like, what, 4 days? That's how good Steam Deck is. What's up, OJ? Been playing Wind Waker for the first time on GameCube Online. Just got the Triforce. Nice. Let's go. What's your PSN? Yeah, go on. Whatever you're playing with the new games that you're playing, put that in the chat so we can see, so we can take a look. And have your account on public so we can see what you've been playing, since you're so much better than all of us. They could make a Switch 2 as powerful as PS5, but battery life would be crap. Yeah, the battery life is already not that great on Switch 2 right now. So yeah. Is the Switch 2 stronger than the Steam Deck? Switch 2 is stronger than the Steam Deck. It is stronger than the Steam Deck. Yeah, it is. I need the next thing out of your mouth. No, Mike, I need the next thing out of your mouth to be your tag, my man. So I need it to be your tag. I don't need it for you to be talking about how stupid everybody else is. I need it to be your tag. So I'm gonna put you on a 10-second timeout, and I need you to put your tag and let us know. Put your tag so we can see all what you, the incredible gamer, are playing. Let's see. Shout outs to Donovan Tattoos with the Jonin tier. Thank you, Donovan Tattoos with the Jonin tier. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for the big Jonin tier pledge. Let's go. 35 on the board. Let's keep it rolling. Shout outs. It's just 10 seconds. I'm just giving him time. I need the next thing out of it to be what he's playing on currently right now. Put his tag. I'm gonna open it. You said Steam. I'm gonna open up Steam right now and find your profile, right? So I'm gonna open up Steam. I'm gonna find your profile. Let's see what you've been playing. You better have those trophies or those achievements filled out too. Better not be empty as hell. We know what type of gamer you are. Let's see here. The Switch 2 hater just be yapping. They don't even play games. Well, we're about to find out what games he plays, man. He wants to come try to talk and steal the show. Okay, you want to be the center of attention? We'll give it to you. Let's see what you got, man. I've been keeping up with the FF Tactics news. Does it look like a good buy? I mean, I've been keeping up with it. It's missing some of the content, the War of the Lions content. It looks like it's going to be a good port of the game, though. But yeah, a little concerned about the War of the Lions content stuff. But we'll see once it comes out, like how good the game, like how it plays on modern systems and all that, you know. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. You're the liar. The Switch is not stronger than this. I said the Switch 2 is stronger than the Steam Deck. You can't. Your video comprehension's terrible, which makes sense. You sound like a moron, to be honest. Which you sound like a moron, to be honest. Let's see here. Community. All right, let's take a look. I don't see that. I don't see that profile. Search the Steam community by that. Is that Steam that you've got? Because I don't see that on there. It didn't pop up. So what tag is that for? And I typed it in verbatim. I have a PS5 and Xbox games, and I'm put with Switch second console OLED handheld. Be buying a Switch 2 at some point. Hey, there you go. Just another $10 dono.
Dire Docs from Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
I'm loving the Switch 2 still.
Dire Docs. Dire Docs. Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World theme. That's his that's his he said PSN. His PSN is private. All right. Somebody look up his PSN and DM me on Twitter. I don't know if Minato Mario's here, but somebody, and let me see what he's actually playing. Somebody said his PSN's private though. Or at least, can I look that up on the web? Can I look that up through PSN? Like, can I look them up through there? You gotta unprivate it, my man. I looked it up. It's private. You gotta unprivate it, bruh. You got it on private. So go ahead and unprivate that first. All right. So we're gonna give you about. This is fun. We're gonna give you about. We'll give you about 10 minutes to unprivate that. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to unprivate that, and then we'll take a look. We'll take another look at it. Shout outs to Justin though. Thank you for the $10 dono. Dire Docs. Let's go. Dire Docs coming in from my man Justin. Thank you for the big $10. You are now the Hokage. Taking that back from my man B Martin. Thank you for the $10 dono. Let's go. 25 on the board. Anybody does 25 or more, beat up my man Justin. Still 15 to beat out my man B Martin. The top of the board there. At least for a guy who's acting, is trying to act like he's almighty. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how almighty he is in just a little bit. We'll see about that. Shout outs though. Appreciate it. Thank you for the $10 dono. 45 on the board. Yo, that gets us to another extension. Hey yo. What are you guys' predictions for Donkey Kong? The Donkey Kong Bananza.
Overclock Buster!
Let me know in the chat. What are you guys' predictions for the Donkey Kong Direct? OJ, man, I missed OJ roasting the clowns. Yeah, he's definitely acting like a clown. There's a bunch of scam bots here. Giveaway, just a heads up. Yeah, I did see that. We got to talk about it. Apparently, there's a bunch of people that are getting scammed right now. A bunch of scam bots in my giveaway. So I have not announced the winner for the giveaway. That's coming up tomorrow. So that's unfortunate, man. Like I don't know where these scam bots are coming from, but I definitely got to take a look and see what I can do. Shout outs to Matt with the subscription, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Somebody, if there's a mod that can look up his PSN, that's a mod. Please, somebody that's a mod, look up his PSN, and when you find it, let me know and DM it to me on Twitter, or you can put a link to it on, like, just in the chat, and then I'll be able to pull it up on stream. Skipping the Donkey Kong Bananza Direct, already buying it day one. Yeah, if you're already buying Bananza day one, then it's cool. Hey, what's up, V? Welcome. Love you. I hate how many haters, and especially target us with the Switch, so they don't do anything better. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are upset that the Switch is doing so well, so then they come here to be angry about something, you know. But I think that's more of a bigger problem with themselves than it is with anything else that somebody else is doing. But it just seems really weird to me to come here being angry about a system that you don't like. Just go play the system that you do like. But like I said, it's going to be interesting. I want to see what he's actually playing so we can let us know. You see Kid Pauline, maybe we're gonna see that. We're gonna see what happened. I think we're gonna see a boss fight. Yeah, boss fights. I don't know what else they can show Donkey Kong, so I don't know what else they can do. They actually haven't shown. I don't know why people think that they've shown a lot of the game. They really haven't. They have one trailer. They have one what's it called? One Let's Play, like Treehouse that did a Let's Play. And they barely showed anything in that either. So I don't know why people are saying, "Oh, I don't know what they're gonna show." They can't like. They haven't really shown anything. Really, they haven't really shown too much. What's up, Gloria? Welcome. How you doing today? What is good? OJ, he just been playing Sparking Zero. Looked it up. That's what you've been playing, bro. Sparking Zero. You want to come here and talk about? Oh, get the fudge out of here. All right. Bro, don't come to my stream. Yo, Mike, don't come to my stream when all you've been doing is playing Sparking Zero. Don't get me wrong, it's an okay game. But, bruh, stop it. Listen, man. Put your DBZ panties down, all right? And stop acting like you're better than anybody else. You're playing Sparking Zero, fam. I can't take you seriously no more with you out here playing Sparking Zero, acting like you're better than somebody else that has a Switch. For what? Come on now. There's a million games that are better than Sparking Zero on the Switch 1. I can play Super Smash Bros. That game's better than Sparking Zero. I can play freaking The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I can play Tears of the Kingdom. There's a million. I can play Super Mario Bros. Wonder. There's so many games better than Sparking Zero. You out here talking all this when you play Sparking Zero? All right, what a joke. I knew he was a joke. Shout outs to Matt, though. Thank you for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. Yo, B Queen! What's going on with the Star Platinum? Oh, yo, let's go, Bead Queen. What's all that about? Holy smokes, big love to Bead Queen. You guys give her some love. Bead Queen always like just swoops by every now and then, just drops crazy. Yo, shout outs to Bead Queen. Yo, 195. Yo, we overclocking. And not only overclocking, we limit breaking almost to the 2 double limit breaks. Shout out. Let's go. Big love. Thank you, Beat Queen, with the 150. Yo, we out here. Let's go. Maybe another Bayonetta game. That'd be good. I'd be down for another Bayonetta game. Psh, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Shaw X with the $5 dono. Dude, at least play Expedition 33 on PS5. Ban is... Yeah, no, I want to hear what he got to say, bro. I want to hear what he got to say, because he's talking all that ish playing Sparking Zero? You got to be kidding me. Yo, Bead Queen, thank you for the big love, young lady. I appreciate you like always. Remember, Bead Queen, you got enough to be called queen. You got to remember that.
I like Sparking Zero, but come on. Lol.
I know. How you talking all that and playing Sparking Zero? Nah, I'm not talking about Eldering. Nah, fam. No. What's been said, you've been playing Sparking Zero. You have no room to talk about anybody else playing anything else and what's trash or not. You just playing an anime fighting game, man. No, I don't care what else you've played. You can't be sitting here coming to somebody else's stream talking like we're beneath you while you're over here playing Sparking Zero all day, okay? Just have a seat, all right, man? Just have a seat and enjoy the stream. But I don't want to hear no superior gamer stuff to you. You're a bum. You're a bum. You're playing Sparking Zero, yet talking smack to other people. You're playing a licensed anime game, yet talking about other people. It's trash and this and that. No. No, absolutely not. I'm sorry, fam. Nah. Just have a seat. So just have a seat, my man. I'm not here to argue with you all day, bruh. I'm not here to argue with you all day, so you can come back in 24 hours. Thanks for coming out to the stream. You play Sparking Zero. King Cagney with the Justin with the $3 dono. We just timed him out. No, you can't come here talking smack about how bad we are about playing Switch and then you're playing Sparking Zero. Go play Sparking Zero. Go ahead and go play Sparking Zero. All right, shout outs to my man King Cagney with the 26 months. Yo, shout outs to King Cagney. Thank you, Justin, with the $3 dono as well. I appreciate that. Let's go. Sent you a pic of the account? Okay, cool. Let's take a look. Now, that Sparking Zero just sent me for a loop, bruh. That Sparking Zero just sent me for a loop, man. It really did. Like, he really out here talking when playing Sparking Zero? So, let me see. Wait, I need to unban him. Hold up, let me unban him. Oh my God, bro. Hold up. Oh, I can't untime him out. Oh, I didn't ban, oh my God. Bro.
Also, Elden Ring isn't a flex on Switch 2 because it's coming to Switch 2.
This is what you're playing?
Probably.
College football, Bleach, Madden, Sparking Zero. Oh my God. Bro, I timed him out too early. Bro, you're just a casual. I don't care if you play Elden Ring. You're just a Madden 25, college football. These are recently played games, by the way. Where's Expedition 33? Where's Oblivion Remastered? Where's all the good games that have came out? Where's the Legend of Heroes? Where's the actual core games? You're just a casual. You're just playing anime fighters and football and football games. That's all you're playing. You're not even playing the best games on PlayStation that are coming out. What's going on here? Pharaoh the God, Pharaoh the Chump. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta slice that up for an extension on the screen. This man, you gotta be kidding me. This man out here playing football, Madden. He's a casual. I timed him out way too. I want to see what he had to say. Get on your sock account, Mike. I approve this sock account. I need you to defend. I need you to come back and defend this right here. That's what I need you to do. I need you to come back and defend this. Because there's no defense for this. There's no defense for this, man. You're a casual. You're playing college football 25, Bleach, Rebirth of Souls, anime fighting games, and Madden. And you have the audacity to diminish and speak down to us that play Switch. Man, this ain't nothing any better than anything else. I think I'd rather play Bluey the game than play some of these, the Madden 25. Come on now, man. Sparking Zero. This is what you've been playing. You've just been playing anime fighters and football games. What a joke. That's why I say, show me your profile. These people that come here and act like they're all these god tier gamers or something, show me your profile. We just see that they're a bunch of bums and frauds anyway. That's what we find out. We just find out that they don't even really play nothing. Where's Clear Obscure Expedition 33 at? You like Elden Ring? That's an RPG. Where's Clear Obscure? Where's Metaphor Refantasio? Elden Ring came out years ago, man. That came out, how many years ago did Elden Ring come out? Helldivers, that came out a year. What do you, this is what you're playing? Yeah, I can't untime him. I want him to tell him I need Mike to come back on his sock account. I need him to defend that right there, because I don't know if there's any defense for that. He also has Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm connections and Forspoken. Oh, man. Yeah. This is a fraud, dude. He's a complete fraud. Anyway, we're moving on from him. Thanks for coming out to the stream, though, Mike. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. That was hilarious. I'll save this for a rainy day, though, if you ever want to come back and talk. You got no room to talk at all. Just enjoy your games, man. Just enjoy your games. Just enjoy your games. Stop worrying about what other people are playing. Stop worrying about what other people are doing, because you can't, as a gamer, you can't talk to anybody else about what they're playing. But when you're playing college football, when you're playing last year's college football this year, you're not even playing the new college football games coming out, but you're playing last year's college football somewhat recently. Like, nah. Fro showing he's among the hardcore of hardcore gamers. Yeah, I haven't played Expedition 33 yet. I'm currently playing Metaphor Refantasio. Oh, it's good stuff. Metaphor to Claire Obscure is a great combination back to back. Minato with the $3 dono.
Funny PC YouTubers say Switch 2 fanboys are losing over Steam Deck cause of that one dumb tweet. Isn't it the other way around? The idea of insanity is doing same thing over and over again and expecting different result. Lol.
I got a
Steam
new
Deck fanboys, man.
I got a new mouse. You know, my wrist was hurting. So you said the definition of insanity, the idea of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So I had wrist pain and I kept on having wrist pain and I kept on just using my old mouse here, this old Logitech mouse. So I finally decided to change to an ergonomic mouse. This mouse right here that kind of keeps, instead of keeping your hand like this, it keeps your hand tilted. So it's a lot better for your wrist. And yeah, so I have to agree with your assessment, Minato, is that a lot of these guys are, it's definitely a little bit of a cope. And the reason why I say that is because I saw so many videos and people talking about how Steam Deck is going to kill the Switch off and how Steam Deck is this and that. And it ultimately ended up being ridiculous, right? Like a lot of the people that said that, you know, they don't want to address what they said. They want to make excuses. They want to shift it. But people who said that Steam Deck really isn't going to do anything, they were labeled as name. They call them names, call them fanboy, call them this and that. But once again, I was right about Steam Deck. I was right about PC handhelds. And we saw what's happening right now with the Switch 2. Switch 2's destroying. I mean, it's hard to find in stores. It's destroying the Steam Deck in sales. Pretty much 4 days, all it took to pretty much match it, if not surpass it or so in the next couple weeks when the restocks are coming in. So, I mean, it doesn't really mean, I mean, at this point, it's just, like I said, it's just like the peanut gallery talking at this point because the goals and all that shift over so much. So, I don't think nobody's actually upset about Steam Deck. Like, there's not enough Steam Decks for anybody to be actually upset about, you know? It's like, for example, if you watch, like, your football team, and your football team is, you know, for the NFL, and your football team is 3-14 for the season. And my team that I like is 14-3 for the season, or, you know, 15-3 for the season. Why am I going to be upset or worried about you guys if you just keep on talking about how much better you are? It's like you got smoked. You lost. Even though you said that you're going to sell more and do all this, you lost. It's been years. You lost. It's okay. You know, it's no big deal. And the console war stuff is stupid. It's dumb. But it's no big deal. You know what I'm saying? Steam Deck clearly is not going to ever sell as much as Nintendo Switch 1 or Switch 2, and it's okay. Nobody's actually upset. People take this online stuff way too seriously. I spoke with all sorts of gamers when I was in line for the Nintendo Switch 2, right? I spoke with gamers outside when I made that little video, and none of them even know or care about this online stuff or Steam Deck or anything. They're just there to play their games and have fun. So this facade that these YouTubers put you guys through, it's just silly. Most gamers don't care. Clearly, Switch 1 gamers didn't care. They'll buy whatever they want. Switch 2 gamers are doing the same thing. So don't be spooked, or don't be tilted or spooked or convinced by YouTubers online that there's some type of war going on with fans. It's a very small vocal minority of Nintendo fans talking to a very small, even smaller vocal minority of PC Steam Deck people talking. So it doesn't really matter. That's my whole point. My point is that it doesn't matter. Shaw X with the Elements 11 RMK with the 35 months of membership. Thank you so much, man. Shaw X with the $5 says, hold up, no lies. No Lies of P, Stellar Blade, Black Myth, Wukong, Astrobot, Expedition 33, P3 Reload, Metaphor, Refantasio. I know. Seafood, man. Sit your down. Exactly. No actual good games. Just a bunch of NFL and anime fighters. This man had to go back to Elden Ring to sit there and talk about he's a great gamer. No, you're not. You ain't playing nothing. You're just out here talking, though. Thank you, Sharks, with the $5. Thank you, Elements RMK, with the 35 months. Thank you, Tommy Raiku, with the 49 months of membership, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. 205 on the board. We're at the double platinum. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Even further than beyond. Can we get triple platinum tonight? So let's go. Big love. Big love. Let's see here. No Tails games. Yo, what's up, Elias? Stellar Blade just got a great update too. Yeah. PC gaming is overrated. I mean, I don't even really care if people think PC gaming is overrated or Nintendo gaming is overrated. It doesn't even really matter at the end of the day. People just play whatever you want, so it doesn't even really matter. Like, Um, Cowboys fan can be 1 in 15. I'll tell you, just wait. Yeah. Shizuka Loner, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Let's go. Combo Breaks. What's up, Rob Navarre? What's up, AO Tro? What's up, Aaron K? Hey, OJ, have you tried Fast Fusion? I haven't tried Fast Fusion enough just yet, but I'm definitely going to get around to it for sure. Aside Sony, funny how Steam Deck fanboys say Steam Deck isn't competing with Switch 2. Yeah, sure. Well, both Steam Decks are sold out except for regular standard. That's because they have a supply issue. It's not because everyone is rushing out there to buy them. I can tell you that right now. But right now, Steam Deck's sold out because there is a actual manufacturing supply issue, and especially with tariffs and things like that. So that's the reason why it's sold out. But it's not selling any type of massive numbers or anything like that. Trust me on that one. Trust me on it. So yeah. This is okay. There we go. He's back. It's funny how you commented on all my games with none of the trophies that I've earned in the games that you say, bro. Listen, Mike. You're talking about how trash another platform is in the games that we're playing, which have critically acclaimed, way higher rated games like the Switch 1 does. Just factually, it does. And all you're playing is Madden, which is a terrible game. Madden's not good. College football's okay, but that's all you're playing. You're skipping a lot of the best games. There was no Metaphor Refantasio. There was no Clair Obscur. There was no Lies of P. There was no Black Myth Wukong. There was no P3 Reloaded. I didn't see a lot of that stuff, at least in your recently played. Now, maybe you have some other stuff, but what you're playing recently is not worthy of you sitting here and talking about anybody else, okay? Just sit down, shut up, and play your college football, all right? You're a casual. You're more of a casual gamer, and it's okay. But if you were a core gamer, if you're worried about playing the best and all that, you should have had Clair Obscur on that list. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got Clair Obscur on that list. Where's Metaphor Refantasio? You talk about Elden Ring. Elden Ring came out 3 years ago, fam. Like, that came out a long time ago. So you're not going to sit here and talk down to me when you're out here playing college football. That's actually against the law. I'm going to write it into law on this channel. That's a new law. You can't come here and talk about other games or other systems being trash while playing Madden. Like, that's against the rules. Like play Madden 25. I mean, Madden 25. You're playing Madden 20. You recently played. You're playing Madden 25.
Taking about trophies
You know?
is virgin energy. Not that there's anything wrong that. Law.
This is Madden 25. This is what Madden 25 is, bro. It's a mediocre game. It's an average, mediocre game. It's got obviously a terrible user score, but we don't even got to get into that. But this is what you're playing. You're playing Madden 25, yet you're talking to me or you're talking to other people like you're better. Bro, you're not better than anybody. You're playing Madden 25 in college football. You're just playing casual football games. You're not even playing the best games out there. You're a casual. It's okay. You're playing anime fighters and you're playing football games. That's all you're playing. You're not playing anything of substance. You're not playing anything of like a bit more value. You're just playing anime games and you didn't even play Astrobot. Where's Astrobot on that list? You're just playing football games and you're just playing anime fighters. Like, no, I can't take you seriously no more, man. I mean, I never took you seriously in the first place, but now I really can't take you seriously. Star Wars Addict with the $5 says, do you think we'll get a big surprise tomorrow? I think there'll be some interesting things. It's not going to be like if you're talking about like a new game, though. But yeah, I think there'll be some interesting revelations tomorrow. Yeah, literally, you just contradicted yourself. Hold on. I never said I'm better than anybody. I just said I'm smart enough to not buy and then Nintendo Switch 2 be better than what it is now. I don't know what that means, but whatever. You were coming in here and you were saying, oh, it's Nintendo, you guys are stupid. Nintendo Switch, it's trash. So you're putting down somebody else's preference of what to play. Meanwhile, while you're playing Madden. So, man, I ain't arguing with you all day, man. If you're only here to argue, I ain't arguing with you all day. If you want to continue arguing, drop $10 and you can argue. But I ain't arguing with you all day, man. So I'm gonna put you in timeout for 10 minutes. That'll give you time to drop $10 if you want to continue arguing with me. But I ain't gonna argue with you all day. If you keep arguing and going back and forth, then I'm just gonna keep timing you out for 10 minutes each time until you drop $10. So, all right, moving on. There's no moving around this. There's no getting around what happened right now, Mike. You can't be coming here talking smack about how bad something else is and then be playing Madden, be playing college football. No, you can't be doing that. That's against my rules. That's my new rules that I made right now to stop people being bums like what you're doing. So you want to keep arguing? I can argue with you, but you're going to have to drop $10 if you want to keep arguing or you want to keep going back and forth. Because we spent enough time on you already. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. We spent too much time already on you already. That's enough time that I even want to spend. OJ, one of my friends just recently got a Switch 2, and he mainly plays on PS5. Now he says Switch 2 is not his preferred console. The Switch 2 cooks. We out here. Listen, I still like my PS5. It's not even really about a console war thing. I still like my PS5 Pro. I think it's a great system, and I'm definitely gonna play it once something comes out that I really want to play on there. I'll definitely play on there, so it's not even about that. It's about having good competition. It's about having good options. It's about being able to play anywhere that you want to play. Coming in here and try to bash one system because you don't like it compared to other stuff, it's just stupid. It doesn't make any sense, But I mean, yeah, I don't doubt
also,
what you
Madden
said, Velvet.
is more of a kiddie game. Lol.
Also, Madden's it's a kiddie game. It's a kiddie game, Madden. Listen, I used to be hardcore into Madden. Like, I don't mind people playing Madden. Like, Baron plays Madden, and you can be a hardcore gamer and play Madden. I was a hardcore gamer back in the day. Well, I'm still a hardcore gamer now, but I was a core gamer. I played Legend of Zelda. I played, Mass Effect. And I still played Madden back then, too. So it's not like you can't play Madden and be a core gamer. But what I'm saying is that you can't sit there and bash other people's platforms and what they're playing and the stuff, and then sit there and we look at your list and you're playing anime fighters and playing football games, American football games. Like, nah. And you skipping out on Claire Obscura, you skipping out on Metaphor, you skipping out on all that. I don't care how many trophies you can collect. You can collect every trophy in the world. That doesn't mean anything. Shout outs. Thank you so much, Justin, with another $3 dono. 213. We're going on the double 2 times platinum. We're going to go 2 times platinum and a half. Let's go. So I remember some of the Steam Deck fanboys tried to argue Steam Deck is actually more powerful than Switch 2 when it's not. They understand the vid from Geeker one. Yeah, but I think once we actually saw the games and the performance of them, we all knew that was not the case. And obviously Digital Foundry quickly reversed course when it comes to the Steam Deck versus Switch 2. Quickly reverse course when it comes to that. So I think the truth is kind of coming out now that we have games that are coming and you're seeing, Logic, you shouldn't get anything because technically nothing is perfect and everything can improve. What's this guy talk about? Yeah, he's just coming here to argue. He's not actually coming here to have actual legitimate conversation. Let's see here. Part of the reason why I'm buying Portal is to play indie games and I'm not touching my PS5. I have a Portal, but the problem with Portal to me is that it streams and it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be like playing it like it's off, like it's through the actual system. So if I ever want to play something that's like, portable, I'm just going to grab my Switch, or I'm just going to grab my Switch 2, or I would just grab, back when I had it, my Steam Deck, I might have just grabbed my Steam Deck. Although sometimes I grab my Portal instead of my Steam Deck. Never mind. Can't say that for sure. But yeah, I'm not good with like the streaming, stuff. I'm good on all that. Like if I just want to play my PS5, I'll just play my PS5 on my TV. Big J with the $2 says, "What's good, OJ? There's nothing wrong if people love playing nothing but Fortnite, sports games, and anime fighters. But those type of people also love bitching that there's no good games to play. Their opinion on anything game related is invalid." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be coming here talking all sorts of trash, and then that's your game. That's what you're playing. No, I don't want to hear you say anything about Switch 1. There's way better games on Switch 1 than College Football, Dragon Ball Sparking, Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and Madden 25. That's his most recent games that he's been playing, So don't talk to me about, oh, yeah, Switch 1's garbage. Nah, fam. No, it's actually much better than what you've been playing. The best games on Switch 1, in my opinion, and also if you want to look at it from a critical standpoint and from a sales standpoint, it doesn't matter what standpoint you want to look at, Switch 1 clearly has games that clear in every single metric if you want to compare it. Since you want to start comparing console warring, that's fine. We can do the comparisons. You can't be sitting here talking about how bad Switch 1 is while you're playing Madden and college football. Like, stop, man. Stop. You're not better than anybody. You want a dookie on what somebody else is playing, and then this is what you're playing? Nah, we're gonna dookie on that. Shout out to Big J. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate it. Combo breaks. Let's see. Yeah, it reminds me of when some COD streamers were complaining about lack of games to play. Yeah, I remember that. It's like you're playing COD, man. That's all you play is COD. Of course, there's no games to play. Are you saying that there's something wrong with Portal? Yeah. The problem with Portal is that it streams. It's not native on the system. That's the problem. And even if you don't take it out of your house, I mean, it might work perfect for you, but the fact that it's through streaming, it's just never going to be as good as a system that's native, man. Like, and I've tried, I have good internet too. It's just never going to be quite as good. But if it works for you, man, I'm there. Like, it's all good. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I have a Portal though, and I've tried it. It's just something that I can't do it anymore, man. I can't. I tried though. I tried. But if it works for you, man, don't worry about what I got to say. And all that matters is, like, I'm not you. All that matters is what you play. So if you like it and you enjoy it, then that's cool, man. I'm here for you. But I got one too. You know, I got one as well. So it's not like I didn't buy it. I bought it too. Let's see. What if all I play is JRPGs like Xenoblade and Trails? And I say Switch 2 is trash. Oh, JK, dude's just weird. Just plays bad games. I mean, they're not. I mean, college football is not a bad game. Dragon Ball Sparking is not a bad game. Bleach Rebirth of Souls, I mean, some people see it as bad, some people don't. But I'm just saying, it's like, you can't be sitting here knocking anybody else or like one system with certain games when all you're playing is that, you know? What's up, Big Gaming 64? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? I've been playing a ton of Mario Kart, like all of us, man. Been playing a lot of Mario Kart. I tested a lot of games I had on Switch. On my Switch 2, some games shocked me, going from 20 to 30 FPS to going to 60 was Fairy Tail. Ooh, 60 for Fairy Tail? Nice. I tell you, Yumiya frame rate is 98% fixed and performance mode is 60 FPS. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. But I'd still like to, that's good on I tell you, Yumiya. I might get back into it, but I still would like to have like a graphics patch for that game because it still doesn't look anywhere near as good as it could look like the PS4 version. Like, I'd like it to actually get an update to where, or get the PS4 version, like a free upgrade, because the Switch 1 version of Atelier Yumiya compared to the PS4 version and PS5 version, it's like a huge difference in terms of like foliage and stuff like that. So I'm glad that it actually runs better. Like, the performance mode is actually like a real performance mode now. So it looks like they left it uncapped on purpose. So maybe that's what it was. It was an uncapped frame rate, and then like maybe the graphics mode was a capped frame rate. So maybe that's what they did. So then, just in case when Switch 2 was coming out, you can play it. Okay, wow, that was smart, because I was wondering what was the difference between the performance mode and the quality mode in Atelier Yumiya. But that's what it was. It was a capped versus uncapped frame rate. It seems like that's the case, right? Or what? Okay. Well, maybe that's not the case. But either way, the frame rate was uncapped in that game, and I did not know that. I thought it was a 30 FPS cap in Atelier Yumiya. Nice. I'm probably gonna do a video going over RPGs, like Switch 2 RPGs that run better, backwards compatible. Maybe like 10 RPGs, or maybe like a few RPGs that run better. So yeah, I need to test it out myself. Justin with the $3 dono.
Can I get Yoshi Tail from Mario Kart World?
Yeah, absolutely. Yoshi Tail. Nothing on Red Dead Redemption 2. Nothing that hasn't already been revealed yet. Yoshi Tail. Mario Kart World. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Justin, with another $3 dono coming in. I appreciate you, fam. Let's go. We out here, guys. We keep on going. We're getting close to that 2.5 combo breaker. Let's go. Mario Kart World music is so amazing. Mario Kart World, that might be one of the best things about the game. I think it actually is that the music is so good. You still need your PS5 with the PS Portal. It's just that if you want to play, like, I think some of like your streaming games or whatever, you don't need your PS5. But you still actually need to have a PS5 if you want to play like a library of games. So you still need to have it for certain stuff. So I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on Switch 2. It's hilarious how much faster everything loads. I'm playing it off the cart. Oh, okay, nice. So you're playing it off the cart, and it loads faster? Okay. That's interesting. Like, how much faster does it load? I mean, and does it lock the frame rate at 30 FPS? I'm guessing it locks the frame rate too. What if all mobile games and BioYo and say the Switch 2 is trash? Yeah, seriously. I want Capcom game that name I can't pronounce, the Kinitsugami game or whatever. You talk about that one, Orlando? You can stream PS5 on the phone too. It's just a mobile controller. You can use a backbone controller or the PS backbone controller, and you can stream games to your mobile phone as well. I don't know how the streaming technology works within the phone though, compared to like a Portal. I'm guessing maybe Portals is a little bit better than PS5 or than like using a phone, because it's like that's all the Portal does is just stream games for the most part. But yeah, it's just not for me. But I mean, like I tried it out. I thought it's cool. It's cool to have the option for sure. It's definitely cool to have the option. I'd rather have the option than not. Let's hear it. What's up, Tommy Raiku? I'm playing Cyberpunk as we speak off the cart. Amazing experience. I have all the achievements for this game on Steam. Nice. Did you transfer over your save? A very unpopular opinion, but I love the frame rate and would drop during Mithras level 3 and Xenoblade 2 made me feel more powerful. Oh man, I think that frame rate drop and intentionally, I guess maybe you feel more powerful, sure, but I would like it to be run stable. But yeah, it's all good. Capcom really needs to update Rise. The game looks worse than on Switch 1. I don't know if it looks worse. I think what the problem is that you don't get a resolution bump. So it looks the same, but the problem is that like you're on your 4K display, so it's a little bit different, right? So I think that's the biggest problem with it, is that some of these games, they don't, what's it called? They don't, the way that they resolution scale, they don't resolution scale right, you know? So it might be around the same or like the same, but it's not going to feel that way when you play it. Yeah, no frame rate drops at all. TO's a level 4 combo so fast now. Okay, nice. Yeah, I got to test out Xenoblade games. I mean, I've already tested out Xenoblade Chronicles X, so maybe I'll test out some other games. Do you think Bananza tomorrow will have something surprising? I think so. I think there's going to be some interesting things there. Nothing that's going to be like, oh my god, this is the craziest thing in the world, but there's going to be some interesting surprises for sure. OJ, can you use a Joy-Con 2 to play Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee? I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, you can use it. A Joy-Con 2 functions just like a Joy-Con 1 if you're playing in a Switch 1 game. It's the same thing. All the controllers are backwards and forward compatible. So anything on Switch 1 that you can play on Switch 2. You can play it with the Joy-Cons right then and there. Joy-Con 2s. Anything on Switch, like if you're playing like a Switch 2 game, you can play with Joy-Con 1s as well. So yeah. Which one is better in dock mode, Steam Deck or Switch 2? I'm gonna take this as a legitimate question, Mike. The Switch 2. The Steam Deck doesn't have a dock mode. Nothing changes from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but from what I understand, Steam Deck actually does not change internals or change anything when you dock it, whereas Switch 2 actually opens up like certain things. It gets more powerful. So yeah. The issue with back compat and handheld is that it should be able to use use it as a docked Switch 1. The resolution would be better for a lot of games. Exactly. There you go. That's it. Yeah, shout out to Danny Skelling, long time Elite Ninja, old school. Let's go. But yeah, that's the issue. So there you go. Yeah, in the hand, there you go. Yes, that's it. Handheld is that it should be used as a docked Switch 1, but the resolution would be better. Exactly. So the profile is still like the handheld profile. Yeah, there you go. So that's the issue. I think MVG talked about that a little bit too. Mario Kart World server maintenance at 9 p.m. Okay, maybe got an update, got a patch coming. I think maybe the first patch is coming up. Let's go. Diddy Kong is getting announced for sure. Ooh, I like that. I like Diddy Kong getting announced. Shout outs to Vito. Good, big love. Okay, even Rise. Okay, portable. Yes, even Rise portable looks worse. That's the reason why. That's the reason. Switch to make sure you adjust the HDR settings and dock, because that's what was super disappointing at first, but now everything's bright and colors pop. Yeah, I actually had to adjust. I had to completely refigure my whole TV. I was playing on a non-game mode. I was playing, I had the HGIG or whatever. I didn't have that enabled because I was playing on Vivid. Like, yeah, it messed up. I messed up everything. I had to completely refigure everything. And my eyes are adjusting to not looking the way that Vivid has it, but it looks good. It looks and runs better. The input delays less. Like, everything's a lot better now once I refigured it to actually work on my LG CX. OJ, if you keep having wrist pain, I'm willing to get a P.O. box. I'll send you one of my magnet copper healing braces. My dad and his golf buddies found a relief from them. Okay, sure, Beat Queen. We'll see how my wrist feels. Thank you for thinking of me about that. We'll see how my wrist feels because it already feels way better. And I've been using this ergonomic mouse for like, I think I overnighted it from Amazon. So I've been using it and I've been feeling a lot better compared to this. But Beat Queen, I promise I'll hit you up on Discord. If I'm still having wrist pain, I'll definitely hit you up for that, for sure. For sure. Steam Deck can output VRR and up to 120 frames with the official dock, but no, it doesn't get any more power. Okay, so yeah, it can do VRR and up to 120, but it doesn't actually put out more power. And like I said, Digital Foundry, all the different tech people have already went over this. Switch 2 is stronger than Steam Deck. I don't think we've seen the comparisons of the same games on both platforms. I don't think we even need to argue this point. I mean, if you don't believe me, you don't got to argue here. Go look at what other people are saying. Go look at what the game comparisons between the certain games that are on Switch 2 and on Steam Deck. Go look and see what it is there. So I don't even gotta sit here and talk about it, man. Like, nobody cares. You don't have a Switch 2, you don't care. Go play Dragon Ball or something, man. Like, go play Madden or go play college football. Stop worrying about Switch 2, man. Stop worrying about what other people are playing. Stop worrying about us. Just go play college football. Go play Madden or go play like Dragon Ball Spark and go have fun, man. Stop worrying about us, bro. Just move along. Just move along, all right? Junior with the $2 says, hello, what earbuds are you using? They look sick. These are just some cheap earbuds that I got from Amazon, man. Or no, that I got from freaking Walgreens. I don't even remember the name. Thank you. But they're at Walgreens. You know, you can just find them in the little section that they have. I just needed some earbuds because mine broke. So yeah. They're just cheapos. Shout outs though. Thank you so much, Junior. I appreciate that. Yeah, DLSS is a huge deal, man. DLSS is a huge deal. So yeah. Justin with the 3 says he commented that Steam Deck dock can do 4K 120.
He commented that the Steam Deck dock can do 4K 120 FPS. I love to see him try to play any game at 4K 120.
Yeah, the Steam Deck definitely can't do 4K 120 FPS. No. No, it doesn't. I had a Steam Deck OLED. No, it doesn't. I was definitely not playing games at 4K 120 FPS on Steam Deck dock. That's not true. At least I didn't. Maybe were you playing some like emulation thing here? You weren't playing any normal games at 4K 120 FPS docked with Steam Deck? No. Let's see. If a patch gives me 3 lap tracks guaranteed for worldwide races, then I'll be lovely. Oh, that'd be nice, but I don't know if they're going to do that. Will the PlayStation handheld released with the PS6 have cartridges or PS Portal Type 2 device? It's probably going to be just digital only. The reason why Switch 2 gets more powerful is because it unlocks the wattage in the dock mode versus the Steam Deck. You have the tools to set wattage to whatever. Switch 2 is overall better, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, it unlocks the wattage so it can draw more power out. Mike is actually wrong. Steam Deck only supports 4K 60 Hz even when docked. It can only get to 4K 120 if you have the right connection. You're not playing many games at 4K 120 FPS docked on Steam Deck. That's just not happening. You're not playing games like that.
Even that Raj Ally X can't play a game 4K 120 on
like,
TV.
You're not playing like Elden Ring on the Steam Deck at 4K 120 FPS. That's just not happening. Maybe some indies with some mods, but yeah, it's hard. Yeah, indies with some mods. You're not playing regular games like that. You're not playing regular games like. You're not playing like Elden Ring, or you're not playing like Dragon Ball Sparking. Like, you're not playing that normally on 4K 120 FPS dock. Like, that's hard to, dude. It's hard to play games at 4K 120 FPS like with the actual rig, with like an actual like PC rig, like a gaming PC. Like, even that is tough to play games at 100, actual modern games at 4K 120 FPS. You sure as hell ain't doing it on a Steam Deck. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah. Let's see here. Whatever port Switch 2 gets will run better, look better than Steam Deck. That's a fact. I mean, listen. I don't even know why we talking about Steam Deck sold worse than the Wii U, bro. Like, why we even Steam Deck sold Wii U spoke. I don't even know why we talking about it so much. Just let people. If you enjoy Steam Deck, go enjoy your Steam Deck. I don't even care, man. Like, this is like I said, this is like talking about like a team that won 3 games in the season. Like, bro, we good. If you enjoy Steam Deck, go enjoy your Steam Deck. I don't even care. Tommy Raiku with the upgraded Jonin tier membership. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Oh, man. Let's see. It's a miracle. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, what's up, Shane? Says Walgreens has cheaper earbuds. Walgreens is expensive, player. Walgreens? That's what I said. I said Walgreens. Walgreens has cheap earbuds. Walgreens is expensive. Walgreens definitely has cheap earbuds. These were like $12 or something. It was something cheap. I don't remember what it was, but they were cheap. Shouts to Tommy Raiku. Thank you for the Jonin tier, man. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Mr. Black? The Steam Deck has a hard time even playing Code Vein steady over. Hey, look, that's fine. That's fine. Deadass, I feel like the internet hypes up a product, don't even buy it. Have one that's collecting dust. Yeah, it's like I said, I don't know, man. It's just a very vocal minority of people that yell really loudly because we've seen the sales numbers. So like, let me say something right now, though, man. If Switch 2 was selling bad, trust me. Oh my God, people talk about sales numbers, they don't matter. Who cares? Yeah, I saw how everybody spoke when it was the Wii U, bro. I saw how everybody spoke during the Wii U era. Sales numbers mattered then.
The Switch 2 is in handheld. I don't want a jet engine in my hands.
Yeah, the Switch 2 is actually pretty quiet, and the buttons are also quiet as well. So that's the Katana Riku. The dog says, "Yo, big dog, can you play some Sonic Mega Collections credits? Jazzy Remix, yes, I can." And also, Justin, thank you for the another $3. Four combos added up here. Let's go. Let's go, man. It gets us to 235. You play my man Katana Riku. I'm gonna get your music going here, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's go. Sonic Mega Collections credits. Jazzy. Let's go. Let me read what Brian has to say here. Steam Deck users just said they like the system. There would be no problem. However, a lot are trying to say it's real competition for Switch 2. I don't know. It seems like they flip-flop and alter depending on the situation, depending on what they feel like talking about, you know? Trust me though, if the Switch 2 was out to a flop, oh man, they'd be way more loud. They'd be way more loud, but it's because it's doing good, you know? Like I said, I saw the Wii U era. People were insane with the Wii U. You couldn't even say that you liked the system without somebody jumping down your throat talking about how it's selling bad and how nobody likes it, nobody wants it, and it's terrible, you know? And they would use the sales numbers to justify why it's so bad. Like, that's part of what they would do. So I already know when people say, "Oh, who cares about sales?" Or "You shouldn't care about the sales." It's like, nah, we saw what people were doing when the Wii U was out. Who cares? Funny how sales were such a big part of the conversation with the Wii U. Funny how the 3DS was off to a bad start. Sales were a big conversation there as well. So no, man, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, man. I've seen it so much on the internet, man. Yo, what's up, Abaddon? I'm already aware of the sales numbers, but here's the thing, though, Mike. That 3.5 million, that's for the first 4 days of sale sold through to customers. That's not for the first 4 days already sold, like shipped out. For what we know about Steam Deck, we don't know if it's sold through numbers. That could just be like what they've shipped out. That's why it's an estimate. So Nintendo actually probably pushed past that 3.5 million. And on top of that, there's been a few restocks already. So it's not even really 3.5 million anymore. It's probably more like upward of 4 million plus. Now we have to wait for the official confirmation. We have to wait and see what Nintendo says at the next, you know, if they have like a press release or something like that. But that 3.5 was sold through first 4 days, and it didn't count all the actual shipped. And once again, there's been pretty, I would say, somewhat regular restocks, at least for a system that's in demand. So it's actually past that. Switch to 50 million by next Christmas, easy. By next Christmas, 50 million? Ooh, I don't know about 50 million by next Christmas. But I'm going to say they're going to hit their goal this year, so let's just give them... I'm going to give them about, let's just say 20 million from now till June till next year. So then Christmas, I'm going to say about maybe by Christmas next year, probably like around 30, maybe 30 something, 30, 40, maybe somewhere in that range, 30 something. That's what I'd probably give them. But we'll see. We'll see what games come out. It could be pushed up. Like if they come out with some type of crazy killer lineup, you know, for the first half of next year, then I mean, it depends on how much they can manufacture. I don't know if they can manufacture 50 million systems in a year and a half. I'm not sure if they can even do that. I'm not like, you know, if they were anticipating 15 million, maybe upwards of 20 million, how are you going to get another 30 million in, you know, in 9 months? That just seems almost impossible to sell that much, you know? Well, Jay, sales don't matter. Irrelevant when it comes to Steam Deck. Steam Deck is better. I'm tired of talking about Steam Deck. Really, I really am. It's like when you guys kept on bringing up Dreamcast guy, or you guys kept on bringing up RGT over and over, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, like, it don't really matter at the end of the day, man. Like, it is what it is. What's your estimate for the Xbox ROG Ally sales? Oof. It's going to be dependent on price, but I'm going to give the Xbox ROG Ally probably less than 1 million units. Maybe 1 million units within the first year or so. That's if they're lucky. I mean, if they sell 1 million units in a year, that would be incredible. And once again, that's being optimistic, because all of the ROG Allies, all of that have sold around, as of earlier this year, about 2 million units. So if Xbox was able to hit 1 million units at some point, I think that'd be pretty good. But even that is a very aggressive, you know, that's a very aggressive mark. But you never know, the Xbox branding might push more people towards getting it, you know. But it's really going to be dependent. I'm gonna hold my estimate until I see the actual price of the system. You know, once I see the price, then I can maybe think of something, you know, like, okay, it's cost this much, then I can compare it to other devices that are in that price range, then we can kind of have a better assessment. But yeah, I don't know. If it's $1,000, then it's almost DOA. Like, if that thing is $1,000, if the Xbox ROG Ally is $1,000 at launch, it's DOA. It's not a serious system. It's just there just for Microsoft, for it to be there. But if that thing is $1,000, it's not selling anything, at least nothing significant. But I mean, if it's like $500 to $700, then yeah, I can see some people saying, all right, it's powerful, I'll go ahead and pick it up, you know. Dude, apparently the regular ROG Ally sell 500K. The regular ROG Ally only sell 500K a year, which, I mean, that's for them, that's not bad, I guess, right? But obviously for like the console, that's not good. But I guess for what they're doing, what we've seen so far in the market, that's okay, I guess, right? Are getting right out keycard or Switch One physical copy? I'm just gonna I have a digital copy of the game. Besides Nintendo handhelds, what's your favorite gaming handheld? Besides Nintendo handheld, my favorite gaming handheld? Man, I don't know, to be honest. Like, maybe like a PSP or a PS Vita. Probably like a PS Vita, but even then, the PS Vita, that was too small. My hands are too big. I don't know, man. I've always just played kind of like Nintendo handhelds. I've tried a lot of other handhelds, and they just don't. Most handhelds don't have the games to really make it like incredible, like an incredible experience. You know, a lot of them, like, they just come out and it's just like, okay, it's a PC handheld. Like, if you're looking at today's day, it's like all PC handhelds. It's like, okay, I don't like PC though. Like, I'm not a PC fan, so I don't want to deal with the PC handheld. And I don't care if they have some type of Steam thingy that makes it more like a regular handheld. It's still cosplaying as a handheld. But I think I'll probably take like a PS Vita, or I'll probably take like a PSP, or I'll take obviously older Nintendo systems over like a PC handheld, just because I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of like what they do, man. So it's just not me. I just don't like them. I also like PS Vita and PSP because there's actual physical games. You know, so even having the option for some games being physical, I know not every game is. There's digital games, or there's key cards and stuff with Switch 2, but at least you have the option for physical games with certain titles. There's no physical option with a lot of these PC handhelds. But PS Vita has a cool physical option. It's got cartridges. Memory's too expensive, but it's got cartridges. So yeah, for me, I'd probably say PS Vita would probably be like the next. PSP or PS Vita would probably be like the next closest thing that I would say. Let's see. Eshop says Donkey Kong Bonanza has online play in its description. I didn't catch that, but let's take a look. Nintendo Donkey Kong Bonanza. So you think they're going to announce online play tomorrow? Anybody think that there's going to be like online co-op, or maybe there's going to be something, game share, something like that? So I'm looking at the, I don't think the eShop page is up yet, or is it? Okay, I'm looking at the Donkey Kong Bonanza page. Oh, and you're right. It says online play. It does say online play. Yep. I just saw that right now. So maybe there's some type of online play in the game, but it says save data cloud, and then it also says online play. So yeah, I didn't know that was there beforehand. Yeah, maybe online leaderboards, or it could even be co-op. It could be like a a Bowser's Fury type of thing, maybe something like that, right? Like online co-op. So, yeah, I think Bananza's gonna be awesome. Like seriously, I think it's shaping up to be really good. I think it's shaping up to be really good, man. It's shaping up to be really good. So yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, maybe online co-op and or leaderboards. Yeah, online co-op and or maybe just like online, like it says online play, so it could also be something like, you know, yeah, you submit online scores. I mean, I'm not sure that might, I don't know if they count that as leaderboards. What game has online leaderboards and they count, like, do they count that as online play? Do you agree if Tokyo 3D Mario team are developers of DK Bananza, we won't be getting a 3D Mario for many years? That's what Kit and Krista seem to think. I don't think, here's the reason why I don't think so. I think that in the time period that we got Super Mario Odyssey, I think they could have made 2 games, honestly, because they didn't make anything else. They didn't make anything else outside of anything big on the Switch 1. So I think that honestly they could have made Bananza and a new 3D Mario game, like in that time period. If they take 4 to 5 years per each game, Mario Odyssey was done, obviously that was done in 2017. So if they took 4 or 5 years to really start working on a Mario game, then another 4 years or so to work on Donkey Kong or whatever, I think we could actually get 2 games from them, believe it or not, which sounds crazy, but I actually think that could be the case. Maybe so yeah, but we'll see. There's a new Mario game is coming. The fact that there's no way that Nintendo doesn't make or doesn't have a new Mario game within the first year or so of the Switch 2's launch. Like there's gonna be a new Mario game announced. But we'll see what it actually turns out to be, though. We need to see what it actually turns out to be. Yeah, I think that they're just trying to get double whammy with Mario movie and the same time frame. It could be that too. The Mario movie's coming out next year, right? So they could be trying to set up for that. I think if they announce the next Mario game will probably be announced at a fall direct. That could be the one more thing, would be at a fall direct. They announce the new Mario game and it's coming out maybe early or first half of next year. You know, they do movie to game or game to movie. Yeah, let's see here. It's been 8 years. So if the Mario team, that Odyssey team, Bead Queen, if they were constantly making other games in between, then I would say yeah. But I actually think that it was possible for them to make 2 games. That's how much time that they've had. So let's see here. We aren't sure if the Tokyo team could be Kyoto devs too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Bead Queen was phrasing it as if it was the same team. So clearly they could have got a different team. Clearly they could have split something up. We don't know, right? Like, we don't know what's going on. So we'll have to wait and see. But the chances of there not being a Mario announcement, like a big 3D Mario game announcement within the first year of the Switch 2's, you know, being out is almost slim to none. Either by this time next year or by sometime this year, there will be an announcement for a big new 3D Mario game. Like, there's never been a Nintendo system that hasn't had that. Like, if you talk about like 3D Mario, even like regular Mario games, like every system has some type of Mario game, like 3D Mario game or like big Mario, like 2D Mario game, like big game that they announced with the system. Like every single system, there hasn't been a single one. So yeah, that's why I'm not so. I don't think so, but we'll see. We will see. No, I wouldn't expect Mario on Mario Day. Don't expect that. That's gonna just get you up for being upset. So, yeah, just thinking about trying to get a. Okay, I already read that. My bad. I think people are forgetting Nintendo is building a brand new building. More devs in Tokyo. Diddy, I think meant Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong 2-player couch co-op. That'd be awesome if they had that. Yeah, I've been saying around, but do you think if we were to get a full game on cart and pay a little extra, do you think people will buy it? I'm definitely in the camp of paying more. Yeah, I think so. I think people would actually pay a little bit more if the full game was on the cart. I think so. But I also think people are going to buy game key cards as well. So I actually think both. I think people are going to buy game key cards if they want to buy game key cards. So they're going to buy it. They're not going to care. And but I also think that if they actually had the full game on cart, people would also buy that too. Why not? It's the perfect layup. 2 on the nose. Yeah, it's just something that Nintendo's never really. They don't really announce brand new Mario games on Mario Day, unless somebody can let me know whenever they have announced a new Mario game on, like a brand new Mario game on Mario Day. I don't know about a brand new one, like the next big one. I don't think so. So that's the reason why, just because they haven't done it. So I have to look at a little bit of history on that one, you know, and kind of say I'm not so sure about that. The special edition game key cards are annoying, just like the ones with code. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing a special edition, but then again, it's like, it's not like you have a choice. Like, you can't do like a special edition that has a non-game key card, and then the regular edition has a game key card. You can't do that. It's either you gotta, from what I understand, you gotta pick either game key card, or you pay for the 64 gigabyte cartridge and like the production of that. So it's really only those two. But yeah, I agree with you. It's annoying. Only reason to buy a game key card is if you want to display the box. Yes, that is essentially, or no. If you want to display the box, also if you want to sell the game later. Also if you want to sell it later. Some people, or you want to trade it with somebody else or whatever, you know. So you want to actually have like a physical thing that ties the game to it. So yeah, digital's tied to your account, so obviously you can't sell that, but you can sell a game key card. Jose, you think a new generation Pokemon game will be announced this year? Pokemon Presents will be exclusive to Switch 2 or launch on both? It's a good question, V. I don't think the next generation of Pokemon is going to be announced at the next event, because we still have Pokemon Legends ZA. I think by the end of the year, I think they'll maybe announce something like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was announced at the end of the 2021. So I think maybe by the end of the year, or even what they'll do is that they'll announce it early next year and then launch it that year. So I think that might even be more likely at the following Pokemon Day. So the early, you know, first half, you know, of the year Pokemon Day event, announce the next generation then, and then launch it that year, which in my opinion is far more effective to announce and launch the game in the same year. You can sometimes move over from one year to another. Like we've known about Pokemon Legends ZA for a while now, right? But I think it's always good to actually announce a game and then launch it in that same year. I think that has more impact than, you know, waiting for the calendar year. But I mean, I guess it wouldn't really be, you know, more than a year, because if you launch it like next year and then you announce it this year at the end of the year, then it's really just, it's the same, almost the same thing. So yeah. There are scam bots in your community posts. I know there's scam bots in my community posts, guys. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna clean them out. But yeah, there's definitely scam bots. I'm gonna see what I can do. There's so many comments though. It's hard for me to find the scam bots. I can't find them, you know. So that's the problem. Because when I look through, I don't see anything. But apparently people see. They look through and they see it. So I don't know how to find them, but you know, it is what it is. I haven't announced the winner. When I announce the winner, I will obviously let you guys know, because I'll pin the message. So yeah. So yeah, unfortunate, which is, it's a bummer, man. Because a lot of people actually reached out to me, sent me emails saying, OJ, I won the giveaway. And I'm like, or on Twitter. And I'm like, what? What? How did you win the giveaway? I haven't announced it yet. I announced that I was going to announce it on Wednesday. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, the key card does allow you to share and sell the game. I mean, technically you can share a digital game now, but you have to actually be like, that person has to actually like be next to you. And then you add them on your Switch, and then once they're added, then they can be away. Then you can do it. But yeah, obviously with the game key card, you can do it a lot easier. You can sell it, which would be the one advantage. Let's see here. Mario Wonder does say it has online play, so Nintendo does count Ghost data as online play. Well, the thing about Mario Wonder's online play is that it's not just Ghost data. Like, you can actually be in the same level playing with someone real time. So that's the thing. Like, it does have Ghost data play, like if you just want to have random people. But if you actually want to go, like, link up with your friends and play real time. Now, you guys can't bump into each other and stuff like that, but you can still play real time with your friends in Mario Wonder, which I've done that before. So that actually has direct online play. Must be the alternate timeline OJ sabotaging the giveaway. I know, it's definitely something like that. Didn't they announce Arceus and Gen 9 in the same direct? I don't remember. Gen 10 Pokemon is already said to be exclusive to Switch 2. Well, that's the rumor right now, but I'm guessing they would probably want to make it exclusive to Switch 2, so they don't have to spec down for it. You know, they can just kind of focus on that and kind of go with it. Player Essence, let me tell you this. Nintendo Switch 2 is the best punch to play your Nintendo Switch 1 or your Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch is the best punch. It's like the best way to play your Switch 1 games. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that the Switch 2 offers significantly more value from the get-go than Switch 1 offered, because there was no backwards compatibility with Switch 1. And obviously there was no NSO at the launch of Switch 1, and then we had to wait for the whole library to build, whereas with Switch 2, you instantly already get all of your library on Switch 1. You get your instant library when it comes to everything they built over the generation for the NSO app. So instantly the Switch 2 is a much better system value proposition wise than the Switch 1 was when it launched back in 2017. I hope my contacts in retail let me know if info soon on the Switch 2 in stock. Yeah, I mean, I made a video today. GameStop was getting some extra stock. So GameStop was definitely getting some more. But we'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. I also want to go over this, though, man. I got to go over this comment. We got to talk about the people that were wrong about Switch 2 as well. I did a little bit of trolling today with Mike Ybarra, the former Microsoft executive. Nintendo removed the post because it was afterwards, but they had a post saying, like, you know, it's like a couple days to switch, or like Switch 2 is launching. You guys ready? So then Mike Ybarra, who once again used to be a former Xbox guy, he's the CEO of Prize Picks, so that's a gambling site, and he's a former president of Blizzard Corp, VP of Microsoft, Windows, and Xbox. So he said, most muted launch in history. Didn't even remember this was this week. So let me give you guys a little bit of backstory with Mr. Mike Ybarra. Shout outs to him, man. So a little bit of backstory was he essentially watched the what was it? It was the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and he just said, I'm out. This system sucks. I don't like it. The system's not powerful. The specs aren't good. This and that. He said that based off of the Direct, not because he knew the actual specs of the system, but just because he said, I'm out. This is stupid. Not because of game key cards or other stuff like that. Just because he felt, for some reason, I don't know if he felt that a hybrid should be as powerful as a PS5. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but I think he felt that a hybrid system should somehow be more powerful than an Xbox Series X. But anyway, he said, which is fine. It's no big deal. He said he was out. So that's the backstory. So then right before the launch, right, he says most muted launch in history. Most muted launch. So then I didn't even remember. So then I'm like, yo, I said, we need an update, Mike. We need an update. I don't understand why he has not updated. You talked about the Switch multiple times before the launch. Now it's just baseball. Where's the Switch talk at, man? Where's the Switch 2 talk? I mean, I don't look. It's June 16th. Switch 2 been out. We knew about that 4 days after the Switch 2 came out. So by what? June 10th, June 11th, we were talking. It's been a week, Mike. He's not talking about Switch 2. There's no post on Switch 2. What happened? He's talking about UFC. He's talking about Caitlin Clark. Shout outs to Caitlin Clark. She does kind of look like Screech from Saved by the Bell, but that's okay. I love Screech. Shout outs to Caitlin Clark, though. She's a great basketball player. So yeah, he's talking about all sorts of other stuff but the Switch 2. So I just want to know where that's at, man. You know, he ain't talking about Switch 2 since then. So I just wish that people would, if you're going to talk or if you're going to say things, I just wish that you'd followed up. And that's what happens with some of these corporate people. They don't want to admit when they're wrong, bro. They don't want to admit when they're wrong. They've got egos. You know, they don't want to admit when they lose or they're wrong. Like Shuhei Yoshida. Oh, I don't want to admit, oh, it's not competition. Don't mind us while we steal lots of different ideas, or like make our own Smash Brothers, make our own Wii Remote, make our own You know, what was it? Make our own Mario Kart, make our own Mario platformer. We're gonna do all these things. Oh, but we don't see this. No competition. No, it's not competition. Just don't mind us while we take the ideas. You know, so I think that's what happens like with a lot of these CEOs, man. They just can't take a L. They can't admit when they're wrong. They can't admit when they lost or when they lose sales or whatever, man. So I think that's really what it comes down to. Just egos. You know, if I'm wrong, I'll admit that I'm wrong if I'm wrong. If I'm like clearly wrong. And if I was on bad on a prediction, I'm not going to run off on the plug like some of these guys. These guys run off on a plug. They'll be sitting here saying crazy things and then run off on a plug when they're wrong, you know? If you're wrong, just man up and say, "You know what? Hey, look, it wasn't the most muted launch. I was wrong. The launch went really well. It broke a record." Like, that's all you got to do. You don't got to sit here and literally act like, "Oh, well, it doesn't exist." So I just found that funny. Get a load of this guy. I know. Get a load of this guy, huh? Wasn't Mike also the guy who said if you don't always have internet connection, just buy an Xbox 60? No, that was Dom Matrick. That was Dom Matrick. That's a different guy. You mean follow up isn't saying, well, damn, I was wrong? Yeah, just a quick little. You know what? Hey, look. Shout outs to Nintendo of America. You know, shout outs to Nintendo. Yo, I was wrong on that. The launch went really well. That's all you gotta say. You know, but he ain't said nothing since then. That's funny. You know? so yeah. My Bananza prediction is the 2D part of the game is going to be more of a core of the experience than we thought. I think there's going to be a number of 2D levels. Yeah. I mean, like I said before, even PC fanboys spread Switch 2 misinformation, like pretending it plays on Alex, Mudahar, etc. They were silent on Switch 2 sales, and then they slowly moved the goalposts. Yeah, of course. So, well, I mean, Mudahar actually bought a Switch 2, so he was part of the sales. He apologized for buying one to his audience. But I mean, yeah, of course they moved the goalposts. Of course they don't want to talk about the sales numbers. Trust me, if the sales were bad, they would have talked about the sales numbers. They would have talked about the sales numbers. I know for a fact they would have talked about the sales numbers if the sales were bad. They were hoping the sales were bad. They were, well, maybe not Mudahar, but because he bought one. He wanted one all along. But a lot of these guys were hoping that the sales numbers were bad, but it didn't happen, you know. They were trying their hardest, though. They were trying their hardest to make sure that, you know, misinformation spread, and like they would just say things that aren't 100% truthful. And then if you like the system, or if you think it's good and you're actually telling the truth, you're telling facts, you're a bootlicker, you know. So that's what these people go through. But once again, what I've realized on the internet is that telling the truth and being honest means that you're a bootlicker. So a lot of these guys are not truthful. A lot of these guys are dishonest and disingenuous. So that's their whole MO on Twitter. That's their whole MO on YouTube to actually get views, is to be cynical, is to be overreact, not have all the information, you know, spread misinformation, and then when you're wrong, just move the goalpost. That's just how it is. That's how YouTube operates. So it's okay. Yeah, just rage bait, you know. So I've been called names. I got called a bootlicker over being right about game key cards. Like, I got called literally being right. I was right about it, and I got called names. So it's like I was right about the sales of the Switch 2. I was right about the pre-order sales. I got called fanboy and names by idiots. I was right about the pre-orders. I was right about the worldwide sales. I was right about the records that it was going to break. I was right about what people were saying when it comes to this. I was right about every single thing. A lot of these people were wrong, but I was right about that because I analyzed what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And like, I looked at the actual facts that were being shown. The actual facts, not my emotional opinion on everything. It was the actual facts. If things were not looking good before the Switch 2 was going to launch, I tell you guys, hey guys, it's not looking good right now. And the reason why it's not looking good, because we're not hearing anything about pre-orders doing really well. We're not hearing any buzz from retailers. I'm not hearing any buzz from my sources. Maybe the lineup's not good. We don't have a big system seller at launch. Maybe there's not enough third-party games for people to be happy with. Like, everything that I said came true. So, in today's day, being a bootlicker, being a fanboy means that you tell the truth on here. So, and people that say that, oh, well, you're lying or whatever, they take your clips and they twist it to whatever they want to twist it to. And then when you go talk to them in person, they can't answer to anything. They're fraudulent and they're fake. And you can clearly see that they don't know what they're talking about. So all these people that do that, we already know what type of people they are. They're the type of people that were not raised with any type of real morals, you know? No real morals. That Cyclops Dude Chips responded to me on Twitter, says no one who owns a Steam Deck cares about the sales. I'll tell you that. LOL, when the chips defend Steam Deck sales. Seriously. Justin with the $3 dono says I ordered a D brand.
I ordered a D brand skin for my Joy-Con too. I need some color, even if it's temporary.
Hey man, yeah, the D. Let me know how that D brand skin is, Justin. Thank you for the $3 dono, man. Justin actually holding up the stream for the last 30 minutes plus. Big love though to Bead Queen, still with that big 150 out here. We appreciate you guys, man. The whole Elite Ninja Village appreciates people dropping some support. Remember, if you drop a dono, make sure you put your music request in there. I'll play a track. So Justin, if you want something, let me know. Anybody else drops a dono, let me know, and I will play that track for you. You can put it in your message, but if you can't fit it, that's okay. Just let me know in the chat, and I'll play it for you. So yeah. Let's see here. My friend boycotted Switch 2 because he couldn't justify paying $70. I don't really care anymore. I'll play what I want. I'm a grown man. Yeah. I mean, most games are. Do you mean $80? Because games on Xbox and PlayStation and even PC, they launch at $70 too. So I think you meant $80, right, Buster? Mario Kart World up 1.1.1 update out now. Yo, let's go. Mario Kart World update out. I gotta download that ASAP. Yo, we gotta download that ASAP right now, fam. Hold up. What's going on here? The only thing that I haven't adjusted to is my battery life going down as fast as it goes down. I'm so used to my Switch OLED and that battery life staying set like after like an hour or so. It's still like pretty good. It's still looking like at 70%, but now it's like after an hour, it's like at like 50-40%. I'm like, oh man, that's a huge change. That's the only thing I haven't adjusted to yet. Let me download that update, fam. So here's what I'm playing on my Switch 2. I got Street Fighter, the demo, checking that out. I'm gonna do some stuff with Trials of Mana. I played Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I've got I think I can say it now. I got Right Out that I'm playing. I'm gonna be playing Right Out for you guys soon.
By the way, are you able to check your Twitter DM now? I just saw a dumb tweet. Somebody can't stop comparing Wii U to Switch lol. Also, I have D-brand teardown skin for my Switch old. It's awesome.
Okay.
I highly recommend it.
Okay, D-Brown teardown skin. Okay. All right. Can you dock the skin? Can you dock it too? I'm guessing it can also dock, right? I'm guessing it can dock. I gotta download this update for Mario Kart, man. They worked on that one quick. That was a pretty fast update. That was pretty fast. They worked on that one quick. Thank you, Minato, with the 3. I appreciate that. Minato, man, this man Minato, he's got the hater vision, bro. When someone's a hater, bro, you can see it from a mile away. You can see it from a mile away. So yeah, let me check out this. Oh, okay, he says the Switch is awesome. Nintendo finally got it right. Great system. Got a lot of great games to play. And then he put up a bunch of games that were great. I think it was just Wii U ports, right? The Wii U sucked. It was terrible. The system was absolutely no good games to play. Nintendo screwed up big time.
Can I get Crown City from Mario Kart World? I'm in love with the soundtrack.
This guy is talking about he's not hating on Switch 1 or Switch 2. He's basically saying you guys are being like, this is defending the Wii U. This post is defending the Wii U. This post isn't bashing the Switch 2. Or even he's just saying it's more of like this is ironic that you guys hated the Wii U and it had all of these games, and then the Switch, you're like, oh, I love the Switch, but it has the same games the Wii U had. Now, I think the biggest problem with this thing, this isn't new. This is actually old. This is actually multiple years old. Crown City from Mario Kart World. I got you. Thank you, Minato. Thank you for the 3 from Minato, and also Lucian. Thank you for that. Let me get the actual donos up on here, guys. Thank you so much. We're getting close to a 2.5 times combo breaker. That's awesome too. Let's go. Appreciate that. So I think that the biggest issue with this right here is that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, that wasn't a Wii U launch game. Breath of the Wild was not a Wii U launch game, so there's context that's missing here. Mario Kart 8, obviously Mario Kart 8, that came out about what, a year and a half afterwards. But the problem is that it's missing quite a number of games here, right? Yes, there's ports, there's games that are over there. Yes, it's all good, you know. But the problem is that it's missing a lot of games. It's missing quite a number of games that help the Nintendo Switch actually do really well. So, for example, Mario Odyssey. It's missing stuff like Mario Odyssey. It's missing stuff like Fire Emblem Warriors. It's missing stuff like Fire Emblem Three Houses, which was huge. It's missing quite a number of stuff. And it's also missing third-party JRPGs that also help stuff like Mario Plus. Well, that's not a JRPG, but that's not Japanese, obviously. But Mario Plus Rabbids, that was in the first year of the Nintendo Switch. That was a huge game at the time that it came out. That actually sold really well and helped push systems. So I understand the general gist of what he's saying, but the problem is that there's some gaps in there that show like, okay, Switch got the X, Y, and Z, especially in the first year, it got X, Y, and Z. Launching with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a lot different than it being a dual launch and it at the end of the system's life. Now, if Breath of the Wild launched at the beginning of the Wii U's life, then there'd be more validity to this, more so than anything. But yeah, it's just taking a number of the ports. Nintendo released 122 first-party games, and obviously all of them weren't Wii U ports, right? So there was a bunch of other games that were not Wii U ports that were just on the Switch, right? So, but I get what he's saying, though. I get what he's saying. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 12 games, even though that's not all the ports. Obviously, he could have put Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2. There's a couple other, I think, that are also, I think it's missing, New Super Mario Bros. It's got that on there. So, but yeah, but that's the problem. I lived through the Wii U era, and I lived through and covered the Wii U, all the Wii U era. I lived through and covered all the Switch era, and there was definitely a distinct difference. And then I'd also add this, being able to play those games anywhere adds a whole new dimension. And on top of that, stuff like Pokemon, right? There was no Pokemon on the Wii U. There was no Fire Emblem on the Wii U. There was no like stuff like Bravely Default on the Wii U. So it was missing the core experiences that kind of make the portable experience great for portable fans of Nintendo systems. And the Switch got that. Getting Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was huge, you know, for the Switch 1. So I think that's the biggest difference overall when it comes down to that. Yeah, I mean, you had Xenoblade X. There was no Xenoblade X. Obviously, Xenoblade X got ported over. But Xenoblade 2, that was the first year. Xenoblade, obviously Xenoblade 3 came over. So that's the big difference. Yeah, 3DS definitely took away from the Wii U. 3DS took lots of games from the Wii U. And even somewhat vice versa at times. Yeah, somebody tell me what this patch for Mario Kart does. Somebody let me know what this patch for Mario Kart does, if you can, in the chat. I can look it up, but I'd rather have somebody just tell me. No ARMS on the Wii U. Yeah, no ARMS. ARMS was definitely something that got people playing at the beginning of the launch. Also, Wii U didn't have Minecraft. Or no, did it get Minecraft late? I think Minecraft, it did have, did the Wii U have Minecraft? I'm not 100% sure if it had Minecraft or not. Let me double check. Wii U, Minecraft. I think it had Minecraft. Yeah, Wii U had Minecraft. Wii U had Minecraft. So it did. But it got it in 2015, right? What did it get it? Why did it get it so late? It got it. Yeah, it got it in 20. It got it when the system was already dead. It got Minecraft when the system was dead. It needed Minecraft years before that. I think Switch got Minecraft early, so that was also a big difference. Just a few bug fixes. Okay. Fixed a lot of issues like item usage, free roam, the game randomly shutting down and during replay, or shutting down during online play races, stuff like that. Item usage? What type of item? I want to see if the item balance is different. So let me see here. All right, I'm gonna check it out. Mario Kart World Update patch notes. We're gonna take a look at the patch notes ourselves. All right, here we go. So it says, fix an issue where items no longer able to be used. Items no longer able to be used. Fix an issue where sometimes controls were inoperable when selecting a character and trying to start free roam from the free roam map. Never had that issue. Fix an issue where sometimes the game shut down when watching replay after a race. Never had that issue. Fix an issue where sometimes the game shut down after a race in online play. Never had that issue. Fix an issue where rate fluctuations were sometimes displayed incorrectly in Knockout Tour and online play. Rate fluctuations? What is a rate fluctuation? Is that like the points that you earn? Like the VR? Rate fluctuation. I don't know what that means. Is that item usage? Let's see here. Fixed an issue where it was easy for a communication error to occur when trying to join friends playing versus race or battle in online play. Okay, I had that issue with my brother when we were trying to join like together to play like a race when I was trying to, and it was having an issue, but when we did it through his, it was fine. So I had that issue earlier, and I think we had one communication error, or somebody did when we had online play. Fix an issue where you sometimes slip through the wall before finish line of DK Spaceport. No, I never had that issue. Fix an issue where you sometimes couldn't return to correct position after falling of the course between Airship Fortress and Bowser's Castle. Alright, okay. I wonder if there's other things that maybe they kind of secretly fixed. Nintendo doesn't always tell us some other things, so I wouldn't be surprised if some other stuff works a little bit differently than it did before. Frame rate? Why would they need to fix the frame rate? The game runs at 60 frames, runs at a flawless 60 FPS. I was playing 3D World on Switch until the battery died, then transferred the data to the fully charged Switch 2. I was able to send the game to Switch 1, and Switch 2 battery was out. Okay. Let's see here. Who typed this? LOL Typo City. Yeah, I'm not sure. It says you can look at the. It looks like they copy and pasted it, but there's no way Nintendo had those same typos, right? Just. I don't think there's any way Nintendo had those same typos. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, they must have just taken it off Nintendo's website, but maybe messed up on some of those. What's up? What's up, Marvellis? Sora Rules. What's up, man? OJ Yoshida had a hole in his "Don't see Nintendo's competition of Japan" comment. PS China posted an article highlighting things like game chat being free, game chat being PS China, game chat being free, game prices not increasing, etc. Well, he did say that they didn't see them as competition outside of Japan, so that could essentially extend to Asia. But like I said, what he's saying doesn't make sense because actions speak louder than words. If you don't see them as competition, you shouldn't be copying what they're doing, plain and simple. Let's see here. It's pronounced Sora Rules and Marvel Lives. All right, I'll just call you Sora Rules. Your name's too long, fam. Let's see. Hi, OJ. Can't seem to find any info on compatible portable power banks for Switch 2. You think the power bank is safe to use? I think as long as if it's USB-C compliant, it should be okay. But I saw John from Spawnwave and what was it? Nintendo Prime shilling some type of what was it? Birklin or something like that? Like case that comes like with a charger as well, like a power brick charger. So check out that. I wonder if they patched the mushroom blue shell dodge. They didn't patch the mushroom blue shell dodge. That was intentional. That's like, you're supposed to be able to dodge. If you have a mushroom, you're supposed to be able to dodge the blue shell. I've done it multiple times myself. So you should be able to. That's not something to patch. You've been able to do that for since when? That's been a thing for a long time in Mario Kart. Belkin. Yeah, there we go. Belkin. Probably the trick is to drift as little as possible to boost the AI speed. Yeah, apparently that's what's going on right now. I wonder if they patched that out or not. Not competition, but we just rip off everything you make. I mean, yeah, there's just a number of things that they'll take You know, which I don't have a problem with that. Once again, it's just, you know, if he's gonna say, "Oh, we're not competition," why would you actually, you know, why would you actually, you know, my bad, guys. Why would you actually, you know, take stuff if that was the case, you know? But once again, it is what it is. Shuhei can say what he wants to say. I mean, he's had a lot of takes since he stopped working at Sony. So, you know, this is not his first controversial take on Nintendo. I don't think he knows Nintendo, honestly, but it's all good. The Portis is selling with the $2 dono, and he said he respects them, so that's fine too. John doesn't shill; he provides products and services. I said shill in a very lovely way, not in a very angry way. When I say shill, I mean it in like a good way. I don't mean it in a bad way. Like I'm gonna shill like a mobile game coming up because they are paying me to talk about the mobile game. But it's a mobile game that you guys are actually would probably be interested in. So yeah, that's me shilling a mobile game, or me shilling like there's another game that's coming out, or actually yeah, another game that's coming out that they want me to talk about. That's me shilling that game as well, but it's a game that you guys are also interested in.
I use a Ugreen power bank that fits in my pocket. I'm able to get 6 hours with everything maxed.
Nice. Okay, a Ugreen. Ugreen. I've never heard of that one before. Shout out to Justin. Justin with the multiple donos today. Once again, big love to Beat Queen. Big love to Justin. Keep propping up the stream today. And big love to everybody that's out here, man. I appreciate you guys. Combo breaks. We are one combo away from a 2.5 times platinum. Let's go. Shoutouts. Limit break. Yeah, remember Yoshida also said Nintendo was losing its identity a few months ago. Yeah, I don't... It's not competition, losing identity. This, I don't know, man. I don't know, fam. Like, I don't know what he's talking about, dude. Let's see here. Deported with the $2 says it's a game called Rage. No, it's not Raid Shadow Legends. They've hit me up for advertisements, but they're like, oh, we'll pay you $17 and a bag of chips. You want to do it? And I'm like, no. Like, if you want me to do an advertisement, you got to pay me at least a respectable amount. You can't just offer me such a little amount and then say, oh, well, it'll be based off of signups and stuff. So they've tried, but yeah. But the thing about it is that I think the reason why that they don't is because the last time that they paid me, like when I did it, like none of you guys actually like signed up through the link. Like none of you guys signed up, so they were like, man, we ain't paying you for this anymore. So yeah, whereas like if I shill like a Sega game, for like if I shill like if they pay me for Persona 5 Tactica, right? They paid me for that. Obviously, a lot of you guys said, okay, let me check out Persona 5 Tactica on Steam, or let me check it out. Let me get the game, and like the views were good too, you know. So yeah, that's the difference. And I think what was it, Marvel Strike Force? Did I ever get my money for that? I don't remember if they even. I think I forgot. Yeah, I think I played Marvel Strike Force. And I don't remember if they even paid me. Did they? They might have. I'll double check. If not, I'll go back to them. I never got that for that. Also, my front mission. There was an issue with the billing. I never got it for front mission, and I don't think I ever. Let me double check with Marvel Strike Force. But there was also another RPG that I played where they never paid me. I forgot what it was like. It was like a rogue game. It was like Darkest Dungeon, but not Darkest Dungeon. They never paid me for that one either. So yeah. Now it's got me thinking about all the times where I didn't get paid for some of the stuff that I did. Crazy. Thankfully I don't live like where that stuff is like I need it, or otherwise I'm not gonna be able to eat tonight, you know. Like I said, you guys are super supportive here, and like I said, I appreciate everything you guys do. I appreciate the views on the videos too. Video views are good, so we good. Did they scam you? I mean, I don't know if it's a scam or so. Sometimes it's billing errors. Sometimes all it takes is one. You know, billing error. Like one person just misspelled one of my email, and then I tried to get them to fix it, and like they tried, and they never did. So sometimes it's like one little error, you know, that can cause an issue. So yeah. Oh, what's up, Dingo on my 40? Hey, shoutouts, man. I'm sorry that I missed that. I actually haven't been looking at the chat too much outside of certain people tagging me. What's up, Dingo? Welcome to the stream, man. Sorry about that. Yep, 007 coming to Switch 2. Trailer is out there. Yeah, that was confirmed already. 007's coming to Switch 2, so that was confirmed. But now we have a trailer. Did they actually show the Switch 2 version of the game though, or was that, or what? Yo, the ports selling the $2 dono says OJ downstairs crying, eating ham sandwiches. Eating ham sandwiches. Am I eating ham sandwiches? Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Let's go. Thank you for the 2. And Dean with the $1 dono says, hi, OJ. Shuei is Sony man for life, retired or not. His views on Nintendo are really out of touch. By the way, saw your tweet on Room Factory. Glad you're enjoying it. Really low-key goated. It really is low-key goated, man. If you guys are looking for a game to kind of play before DK comes out, or before whatever your next game is coming out, dude, Room Factory, the graphics aren't the greatest, but man, it's got a pretty satisfying game loop if you give it some time. It takes about a good 5-6 hours to really get going, but once you get past the beginning tutorial, which there's a ton of tutorials and stuff, it's actually pretty good. Shout outs though. Thank you to Port Sicilian. I'm crying downstairs. Dean, thank you for the $1 dono. Yo, we got the double platinum. Let's go. Next one up, triple platinum. Limit break. Let's get it. Let me see here. The 007 trailer. So 007 First Light Switch 2. Did they actually release that trailer on Twitter? Okay, yeah, 3 hours ago, First Light, but it was 13 days ago. But yeah, I think it's the same trailer. I don't think it's the Switch 2 footage of the game. Yeah, I think it's the same exact trailer that they showed beforehand. If I'm not, unless somebody can correct me, it seems like the first trailer. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, because it's the same length, pretty much. So, do any renowned Nintendo devs ever talk about Sony? Japanese devs? No, I haven't heard any Japanese. I mean, maybe. I think they might have in the past. Yes, I don't know about recently. I don't know, but I'm not. I don't think so now. No, I don't think so. But they might have. So let's see here. This is the same trailer.
His parents cut their own rope to save him.
Yeah, it's the same trailer.
He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour
Do they do that where they upload trailers from other systems?
Always at odds with
Sometimes.
same thing in the
Yeah.
Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement.
It might be the
Nobody
PC
knows
version.
what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels the same way. But what he did in Iceland...
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one good reason to put him in the program.
Wait, was this just announced? The game is coming to Switch 2?
Covered them all,
No,
didn't we?
it was announced at Nintendo's Direct
It's really
in
quite
April.
simple. Bond is a bullet without a target.
But they put up a trailer on their channel. Shout outs to Jax G with the $5 Ninja
Do
Peach.
you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
Yeah, this is the same trailer. I think it's just like a PC trailer.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we won't see it coming.
This is the same trailer. I don't think it's like, it's the same trailer.
Jet lag. Gets me every time.
She's not your friend, Bond. She's an asset.
With respect, Mom. To hell with that.
Yeah, maybe it's a PC trailer. Or it's like Target Switch 2. I mean, I don't know.
What do you do, James?
Lately, headhunting.
That was beat 'em ups. Is that beat 'em ups?
Tell me, what do you do, James?
It was beat 'em ups. It's Bob Wolf. No, not quite Bob. That was beat 'em ups. Damn. That's cool that that's cool that they put him in the game.
Lately, headhunting.
Yeah, it's the same trailer.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
Beat 'em ups already has the Switch 3. Yeah, it says Nintendo. All they did was put their little Nintendo Switch 2 logo at the bottom there. But this trailer is definitely the same trailer as this trailer. So I think it's the same trailer that we saw before the Summer Games Fest. Then you got people that were just taking the same trailer, then putting the Switch 2 logo by it to get views. Which is fine, nothing wrong with that either. But yeah, Nintendo actually officially uploaded it to their channel. But yeah, I don't know if that's Switch 2 footage. But then again, I'm not sure if any of that was like, that might have all just been Target gameplay, not actually running on anything outside of just like a PC, right? So yeah. The game's not out till next year. Shout out to the boys. The game's not out till next year, so yeah. That's what I'm guessing. Big love to Jax G with the $5 dono. Says, bought Rune Factory at launch and I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much. Did the tutorial for 20 hours without noticing, and now I'm 40 hours actually playing the game. Yo.
Wonder if you have any input on Switch 2 grips or accessories.
Yeah.
Debating if I should go with the D brand or JSO.
Yeah. Everyone's talking about how the D brand is really good, so maybe that might be the one to go with. The D brand. I might check out the D brand myself. Mac Mega, thank you for the $3. Shout outs to Deported, thank you for the 2. We're gonna add up here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 on the combo breaker. Let's go. And also Deported with the $2 says Beat 'em Ups has a Switch 3. Yeah. Let me tell you guys, Jax G, dude, Rune Factory is fantastic. Like, I've been playing Rune Factory. I'm about almost 20 hours in. I'm in the second area now. I just beat the first area, and now I just flew my dragon over to the second area. And it's awesome, man. Like, it's actually pretty cool. Like, if the game had better graphics, people would be talking about it a lot more. Like, that's really the only thing that's holding people back is they see farming. They see farming and instantly say, I don't like it. And then the graphics aren't great. But if the graphics were really good, people would be talking about this game more and more. But I think the game's going to ultimately end up selling pretty well because the combat is fun. That there's a lot of variety within the different weapons. I do wish that there was a little bit more combo variety in terms of, like, inputs that you do. But yeah, like the amount of weapons that you get and like different types of variety that you can have it's pretty good. Pretty good. So shout outs, man. Thank you so much, Jax G. Appreciate that. 261 on the board, plus another 63, and then another 3 for my man Mac Mega, 66. So 266. Let's go. Going further. Man, Elias, stop, bruh. Stop. Shout outs to Beat 'em Ups. He's the homie, man. He's the homie. How do you feel about Borderlands 4 not launching day and date with the other consoles on Switch 2? I mean, it would have been great if it was day and date, but they can't do anything about it, obviously, because it's not ready. So you got to launch it when it's ready. You don't want to launch a broken game. I remember that when PlayStation would release tons. I'm not a big Borderlands fan though, so I don't really care. I don't buy Borderlands games day one. Like I don't ever buy at least not anymore. I used to. I bought Borderlands 1 day one, and I think I bought Borderlands 2 like shortly after. But I didn't buy Borderlands 3 day one. I didn't buy Borderlands the pre-sequel. Like, I don't buy Borderlands games day one because they always get discounted really quickly. So, yeah. So, I don't really care. The game loop is fun, and I don't have to focus on farming as much as I do more character story arcs and some city building. Yeah, actually, the character story arcs are pretty good. I was kind of bored with some of them, but then the Iroha or whatever, her character story arc actually starts getting really good, and maybe others might get really good too. But where I am with hers is really good right now in terms of like running the shop and like the whole Dongo stuff. That stuff's really good, so I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying like the most recent one that I went through. So yeah. James Bond mom is not in the game. That's just her code name. Her code name is mom, but that's not actually his mom. His mom died already. Remember? They talked about how both of his parents died when he was like in the mountains, and like they cut their rope so he can actually make it up. Borderlands 2 was lit, bro. Dang, Warframe is only 30 FPS on Switch 2. Hopefully they patch it to run 60 in the future. Only 30 FPS. So there was a 30 FPS cap on Warframe. Yeah, it would have been good if they uncapped that. But I'm guessing that they'll actually release a patch. Because Warframe was actually one of the big impossible ports that people really liked on Switch 1. To be honest, I can't wait for the DK Bananza Direct tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be good, man. I'm going to be streaming it. Remember, guys, I'll be streaming the DK Bananza Direct. And I'm going to be having a big DK Bonanza giveaway as well. So make sure you're subscribed. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because DK Bonanza, we're going, so yeah. We will see. We will see. Shout outs to everybody. And we also hit 30K followers on Twitter, which is nuts. I never thought I'd get out of the 20s. I've been in like in the 20s for like years. So the fact that we actually hit 30K was pretty cool. Shout outs. But yes, we are giving away Switch 2 as well. So make sure you guys check out the link in the description. Subscribe. Get a chance to win a Switch 2. We're going to be announcing the winner tomorrow. I can't watch DK Bonanza Direct because I have work. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Mr. Black. Maybe you can watch the replay. When will we be doing the DK Bonanza giveaway? It'll be next month when the game comes out during a live stream. So more details will be coming soon. Dingo Digital Extremes might have to work. Dingo Digital? I have to work with the panic button to get an upgrade. That's who did the Switch 1 game. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Warframe will get a Switch 2 version instead of just an update. They might release like a graphics patch. They could release like, hey, look, just patch your game. You know, like they could just release like a graphics patch for the game. So there's always that option, but we'll see. I'll be here for DK Bonanza. Yes, I'll be streaming. I'll probably start the stream like around 4:30. So I got to go to sleep. I got to go to sleep tonight. I don't know if I'll be editing tonight because I got to go to sleep. Or if I do edit, it's got to be quick. But there's going to be the DK news. So I don't think you guys are going to care about getting a video. Like, if I start my stream by 4:30, that's usually when I post my videos, is about 4:30 in the morning. So I don't think there's any point in having a video go up before the DK Bonanza, you know, event. We can just do the DK Bonanza stream, and then we can just make a video after the DK Bonanza stream, you know? So we'll probably just do that. Yeah, I'll just, exactly, Wilbur, just to save some time and just clip my reaction to post the video. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll probably just clip my reaction and then just go from there, you know, my thoughts. Or I might just make a video just on my thoughts about DK Bonanza, like what I like, what I don't like. Have you touched any other consoles since Switch 2 drop? No, I haven't. But I'm a shill Nintendo crazy fanboy that hates everything else, right? I don't have a PS5 or anything. Nah, I do. I'm joking. I have a PS5 Pro. I have an Xbox Series X. But no, I mean, like, this is the system. This is the system that I wanted to play. And I like the Switch 1. But throughout the life of the Switch 1, I always played other systems. Outside of, like, of course, if, like, a big game dropped, right? Like, you know, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, you know, Mario Odyssey, like the Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But I would always still play, maybe play my PS5 every now and then or something like that. Or there'd be something to where it came up. But, dude, like, I'm completely content at this point. But it was good timing, though, because everything that I wanted to play already kind of came out last year and early this year. And there's really nothing on Xbox and PlayStation that I want to play right now at this point. Like, there's really nothing that's coming out this year that I'm like, oh my God, I got to play on Xbox and PlayStation. Like, the game that I really wanted to play was Clair Obscur Expedition 33. That's the game that I really wanted to play, and I was able to beat that game, finish it, and everything before the Switch 2 came out. Last year, I really wanted to play Astrobot. I played that. I really wanted to play Stellar Blade. I played that. I really wanted to play SMT5. I played it. I really wanted to play Metaphor Refantasio. I played and put a bunch of time into all those games. So all of the games that I was really looking forward to kind of came out boom, 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 boom. It was great. It was Stellar Blade to SMT5 Vengeance to I think was it Astrobot, or forgot what came out first. I think Astrobot came out, and then Metaphor came out, and then Clair Obscur came out this year. So I was like, okay, cool. That's like five good games on my PS5, all back to back like throughout the year, because some of those games take more time to play. I put 100+ hours into I almost put 100 hours into Clair Obscur. I put 90 hours into that game. So I had 3 games that did almost 100 hours, or near 100 hours, or well above 100 hours. So I put like 40-50 hours into Stellar Blade. 30-40 hours into Stellar Blade. I put 20-something hours into Astrobot. So I had a good, I played everything that I needed to play, but right now there's not really anything. And so it was a perfect timing. But yeah, I haven't played anything else, Juice. Since the Switch 2 dropped, I've only been playing Switch 2. Obviously business-wise, I really should just be playing Switch 2. But also, I have some sponsors that are coming through with Switch 2 games. I mean, we got Ride Out coming out. I got Sega hit me up for some other stuff. So right now, it's just going to be about, obviously I want to play Switch 2, but I'm getting some sponsorships and stuff for Switch 2, so I'm going to be focused on that system. But it really just fits more of my lifestyle. I don't like to always just be cooped up in my room. I used to be in my son's room. I used to kind of share like an office and room with him, or not my game room. I used to share it with him, but now that he's getting older, like he's kind of getting a little bit of independence. So he gets to like move around his room. So I moved all my stuff out of his room into my office, and now I have my game room and my office all in one room. So I don't always want to be cooped up in here, just playing my games. So I like to have the portable side of it, so I can take my Switch 2, I can take it in the living room, or I can take it to his room, and I can just play it there while he's playing with something. Or if he wants to play with me, I can just put it down real quick and play with him, throw him into the air or whatever. So he always likes to do that, or he just watches what I'm playing. So it just fits kind of what I'm doing right now.
Last year all I played was Raj Ally X, which wasn't bad at the time because Metaphor. But now all I own is Switch 2, and I'm so much happier playing games now.
Yeah, like it's just it's a great system, but I haven't really turned on anything else. I mean, if something else comes out that I'm really excited for, then I'll definitely check it out. But like, I don't know, what are the big games coming out this year? I know I should probably already know this, but what are the big games that are coming out this year that I need to be excited for? Like, I haven't really. I need to do a bit. I know what's coming out for Switch 2 that I'm excited for, but what about for Xbox and PlayStation? Maybe I might play something in between that. Yo, thank you, Justin, with another $3 dono. Let's go. The potential for having to go anywhere to play games. I want to hold up. The potential of having to go nowhere where else to play games is I want to be able potential to look well on Switch 2 is very exciting. Yeah, I still think that it's not. I still think that Switch 2 is not going to get everything. Like, I'm not on the boat of where Switch 2 is going to get all these third-party games no matter what. Like, I'm not on that boat, not yet. I don't think it's ever going to be like that, but I think it's going to be better in terms of the quality of the third-party games that do come over compared to Switch 1. Yeah. I feel like Switch 2 could be the be-all end-all for a lot of people, especially if you prioritize hybrid play. If we get a lot of third-party support. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of third-party support on Switch 1, so I think Switch 2 is going to be similar. I mean, but I don't think it's going to be better than, like, obviously it's not going to be better than Xbox and PlayStation. But I think that there is going to be quite a number of Switch third-party support. Obviously, there's going to be Japanese support, like a lot of Japanese support for games. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. For me, it's like, I don't always love all the biggest AAA games that come out on Xbox and like Western games that come out on Xbox and PlayStation. So that's not as big for me. But the thing that I like is like the AA games, like the Legend of Heroes, the games like that, like the Rune Factory. Those games are no longer crusty on the Switch 2. Those games are going to be able to run at 60 FPS or target 60 FPS. They're going to run and look better. If you look at Rune Factory, the graphics aren't that great, and yes, they probably don't have the money to make the game look better on Switch 1, and it's not bad on Switch 1, but it's, it's 30 FPS with dips here and there, the loading times are long. Like, that's kind of a crusty, AA game, and I'm not a fan of crusty. I mean, I like portable play for AA games, but it kind of got a little annoying seeing games, AA games run at 30 FPS with dips when we have Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild that run at 30 FPS with dips that look significantly better. Now, obviously, those are AAA games compared to AA games, but still, so now at least we know we can get stuff like Rune Factory, and it can actually run decently, portable mode or docked, it can run decently, I'm looking forward to Shinobi Ragebound. Okay, yeah, the Ragebound game. Yeah. Ninja Gaiden 4. Not sure if you're into those. Yes, I am looking forward to the Ragebound game. Ninja Gaiden 4, like, I like Ninja Gaiden. I think it's okay, but I did kind of fall out of love with Ninja Gaiden a little bit after Ninja Gaiden 3. Although I do like Ninja Gaiden 3, but I kind of fell out of love a little bit with Ninja Gaiden. And then the Ninja Gaiden remasters came out, and like I didn't really feel like playing those games again. I just didn't feel like I started it up, and I'm just like, I already went through these games. I really don't feel like dealing like with the camera and the other stuff. So we'll see about Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm looking forward to seeing how it does. Like, just I want to see how good the game is. You know, Platinum's helping out, so it should be good. It should be solid. You know, Ninja Gaiden's definitely not too repetitive. It's that it's got plenty of variety. I think the problem is that you're probably just button mashing in the game. No offense, Charleston, but Ninja Gaiden has crazy amounts of variety. It's got nunchaku, it's got sights, it's got swords, it's got all sorts of different weapons and types of enemies, and it's got a lot of variety. It's got a ton of combo strings and all sorts of stuff like that. It's like a million times more non-repetitive than let's say something like Rune Factory, right? Like there's way more combo strings in Ninja Gaiden. It's actually a pretty in-depth and multifaceted game. I've played and beat a lot of the Ninja Gaiden games, but yeah, I just didn't really feel like going through that again. I already went through it before. I didn't feel like doing it again. So yeah, I think you're talking about the Ninja Gaiden trilogy remasters. I think they did what was it? Ninja Gaiden. What's the one that came out that was on the PS5 and Xbox series? Like that Ninja Gaiden remaster. That one. They did that one, and that one was pretty good, right? Like that one was solid. Does Sakuna Rise and Ruin run better on Switch 2? It should. It should. I don't know if it was I know it was 30 FPS in the farming sections, and then it was 60 FPS or targeted 60 in the 2D sections. So if it's uncapped in the what's it called, in the farming sections, then it should run better. Dank, if you can give me a list of RPGs that you know that I've played, since you're bringing up that, if you can DM me a list that I can test and make a video on, I would really appreciate that. And if you can put Trials of Mana on that list for me, Dank, that'd be great. So just so I can remind me to do it. Justin sent me a memory card, so I'm just waiting for my memory card. It's supposed to be here on Wednesday, so it's supposed to be here tomorrow. So if I can just get that memory card tomorrow, and then I can maybe start on the video. Maybe I'll have the video done by this weekend. So if you can just send me a list, Dank, that'd be good. Sakuna, Rise and Ruin, some other RPGs that you guys want me to check out, like RPGs and action games that you want me to check out. That'd be good. Dank, if you can send me that list, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, that's cool too. Thank you, Dank. I appreciate, the stupid nerdy not stupid, but the nerdy RPGs that we play here. You know, like Sakuna, Rise and Ruin, Tales of Vesperia. Give me what was it? Trials of Mana, stuff like that. The AA stuff. Man, I'm waiting for my 1 terabyte micro SD express from Lexar. Yeah, I wish I would have ordered one, man. But Justin was nice enough to send me. I think he has like the ONN one or whatever. I just need something. I don't need the best one. My son's like, I need you to shut up and give me some milk or something. I don't need the best one or anything like that. All I need is just, I just need something right now, just so I don't have to be constantly deleting games, because I already have too many. I have a lot of games on my internal memory, but obviously I have hundreds and hundreds of games. So I have a 512 gigabyte one pre-ordered, but then the store delayed delivery till July. Oh man, that sucks, Mr. L. I have the SanDisk 256 SD Express, $70. Yeah, they're not super cheap, man. They're high quality memory cards, for sure. They're definitely pricey. That's kind of how it was like when the Switch 1 launched. So yeah, when the Switch 1 launched, so yeah, it was expensive. Very expensive. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you have not hit that like button.
The only games that I want to play that isn't coming to Switch 2 at the moment is Digimon and Persona 4, but I can wait. Shout outs to Justin with the $3. Only games that I want to play, yeah, isn't coming. Switch 2 is Digimon's definitely coming. So
I still believe that Digimon's coming. I think they need a... Bandai Namco seems to be a little bit behind on their schedules for Switch 2, or in terms of their development time period and when Nintendo wants some of these games to launch, it's just not lining up. Because I know that they've had dev kits. They're making games. I have a very good source with Bandai Namco. Not somebody that works at the company, but somebody who's definitely gotten things right with Bandai Namco that says that, yeah, they've had dev kits. They were one of the first. They're porting games, but there's something between Nintendo and the game lineup list that came out where Sega was kind of prioritized a little bit first. Let's let them go. And then some of the other, like obviously CD Projekt Red, let's let them go. Let's get a couple of these other things. And then Bandai Namco's going to kind of slot in towards middle/end of the year with some announcements. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but I know for a fact that Bandai Namco has a ton of games that they're porting already. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting those games announced. That's all. Thank you for the $3, Justin. I appreciate that, man. Seriously, thank you for the big 3. Track you're playing Zelda 1. It's hidden. I need it. This is Lost Woods from Ocarina of Time. It's a remix, though, from Magic Music. So it's Ocarina of Time remix. Thank you, though. Shoutouts. Appreciate that. We are at 272 on the combo breaker board. We are almost at a triple platinum. Thank you guys so much for your support tonight. I appreciate it. I hate that 2020 hurt PS5 sales. They should have done what Nintendo did. Stay away from Amazon and pay more attention to scalpers. Those two things really propelled Switch 2 sales. Well, I mean, I don't think there's a direct correlation between that, 91 Gamer Boy. Like, I see what you're saying, but there was no way that Sony could have avoided what could have happened. Because, let me tell you the reason why. There was a chip shortage in 2020. There was a global pandemic in 2020. That's what caused them to have the issues. It wasn't because of Amazon and scalpers. It was because they weren't allowed to actually... They could not manufacture enough systems. That was the biggest problem in 2020, you know? So, let's see here. Which Express card do I recommend? Lexar seems to be the best one from what I've seen. Just unlock the special cup and Rainbow Cup in Mario Kart World. Hey, shout out to Gaming Mariner. Let's go. I wonder when they will add more GameCube NSO. They'll add more when they feel like adding more. It's just like Switch 1. They'll add more N64 games when they add more N64 games. They'll add more SNES games when they add more. It's just when they feel like it or when it's time. So... I got 35 gigabytes Walmart SD Express. It works. Hey, there you go. The Porto to Sony with the $2 says you should cut a promo and start calling people out. Cut a promo and start calling people out. Calling who out? Calling who out for what? What are we talking about here? Shout outs, Mr. Deported Sicilian. Appreciate that combo break. 274. Let's go. Before Switch 2, I've never heard of Lexar, but I never heard of... Actually, have I heard of Lexar? I might have seen them, but I didn't pay any mind to them. I might have seen them, but yeah, all of a sudden Lexar throws a blue shell. But they have the 1 terabyte ones. Like, apparently they must have won some type of contract or something because nobody else seems to have anything else, you know, when it comes down to it. So yeah. So yeah, it's all good though. Sony should have released the PS5 in 2021. I mean, if they released the PS5 in 2021, that would have been significantly better for their stock when it comes to like having more systems ready to go at launch and all that. So yeah. Do you think Switch 2 will surpass? I think you meant will surpass approximately 77.8 million PS5 consoles that have been shipped worldwide. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Switch 2 will sell better than that right there, but that's just right now. Obviously, that's not where Sony's going to end up at. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll sell more than that.
Honestly, every Express SD card is good because they are all made in very few places, so they are all very similar. Yeah,
they're all... The Lexar has like the fastest speeds apparently, but they're all really good, you know? They're all definitely really good for right now. Definitely. Shout outs to my man Justin with another $3 dono, carrying the stream along with Bead Queen. Yo, let's go. Thank you so much for the $3. And the only reason why I say that I think the Switch 2 is gonna outsell that number is because the 3DS almost did as good as that, you know. And the 3DS had so many issues that the Switch 2 isn't going to have when it comes to certain third-party games, or when it comes to like having all your games on one platform from Nintendo. So, and the 3DS did 75 million. So, yeah, if the 3DS did 75 million, I'm tracking over 75 million for the Switch 2. Mario Kart World is a tough game. It is a tough game. It can be a very rage-inducing game. So yeah. Before Switch 2, I've never... Okay, yeah. Cut the promo on Dork Hogan, OJ. I'm not cutting the promo on him. That guy's a weirdo, though. I feel like Switch 2 could have came out last year, but Nintendo setting it back a year, let them be readily stocked. Yeah, I think it was for stockpiling reasons. It was for stockpiling, and it was also to get the situation with China resorted. Nintendo anticipated our government being our government and throwing the book at China, right? Like, they anticipated that because that's what the leading candidate was saying the whole time with the whole Trump tariff stuff. Like, he was saying that he was going to do that. So Nintendo was like, oh, thanks for telling us. Let's see if we can adjust. So then I would probably say they spent a good amount of time moving their factories to Vietnam, moving stuff over to Cambodia, Vietnam mainly though, for their systems, and then getting all that set up. So I think if there was no tariff threat, I think maybe they could have launched last year. But I still think they would probably want to stockpile systems to combat tariffs, or sorry, to combat scalping. That was one thing that Nintendo really planned was, hey, if we have a bazillion systems, scalping won't be as bad, right? So, and that's been somewhat true. Like, it's still being scalped. If you look at the system, it's being sold, and people are buying it for like $600 or so. In a lot of the listings, the people are apparently selling them for around $600. So that's not good. The system's $450, but $150 on top price. I mean, that's not good, but it's not $1,000 like the PS5 was, or like $800, $900. It's not double the system itself, right? So at least we're not getting to those prices. So the restocks and the initial stock was good, good enough to combat the scalping prices for right now, you know. So yeah, and the administration still tried to put tariffs on Vietnam. They still did, exactly. They still did, which was, I bet Nintendo was like, what the heck, man? Like, what do we do? Like, they're not gonna move the manufacturing to freaking America. Like, there's no chance of that happening. Like, nobody wants to work in those facilities. And even if people did, they ain't gonna try to pay them the amount that people are gonna want to pay. Like, it's just not gonna happen. They'll keep on moving facilities to other places until they ain't coming here. They're not coming to America to manufacture Switch 2 systems or the Xboxes or PlayStation 5s. That's not happening. It's not happening. So yeah. I hear online is how much stock there is, but I can't find one to save my life. I hear online is how much stock there is. That's because you got a lot of people that are grifters, that are people that are liars or manipulators, and they saw one 3 days ago at their store, or they saw a picture of somebody posted one in the launch weekend where there was a bunch of them. They said, "Oh, look," and they're still pushing that. But no, it's actually really hard to find. None of my stores have them anywhere where I'm at, and I live in a pretty game-centric part of the middle of California, and nobody has them. But then again, I don't want there to be no Switch 2s in stores. I want people to be able to go into the store and buy a Switch 2. You know how awesome it was for people who weren't there at launch to be able to walk into a store on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and pick up a Switch 2? Like, that was awesome. Like, it was really cool for those people. Like, oh, I didn't get it at launch, cool. They went there that weekend and they were able to get it. Even some people were able to get one on Monday, right? But yeah, after Monday, it started to get real tight. Like, some places had it, like some smaller towns or some areas, but a lot of the metropolitan areas didn't have them, or you'd have to drive around to try to find one. I know a big Twitter content creator that's more of a casual-ish type player, Icyvert, that Eagles guy. Like, he's like, when I get paid, I'm gonna buy a Red Bull and a Nintendo Switch 2. And then he got paid, and then he quote tweeted his own tweet, and then he's like, I had to drive around like 7 different places. I think he lives in the Philly area. So it's either really hard to find, or you just can't find it. I think I bookmarked the tweet, so I can show you guys. I'm not capping on that one. Never mind. I don't think I bookmarked the tweet. I don't see. Oh yeah, I did bookmark the tweet. There you go. So yeah. So he said on June 8th. So he said, when I get, he's a big sports Twitter guy. He got nearly 100K. So he says, as soon as I get paid, I'm buying a Switch 2 and a Red Bull. He said that on June 8th. And then on June 13th, apparently he got paid. And then he bought Mario Kart World, a Switch 2 Pro controller, and a Switch 2, and a Red Bull. And the Red Bull. So then he said, Adam, I put, yes, sir. He says, they're just asking him questions. And then somebody asked him this question right here. How did you find one? In all caps. This was on June 13th, so about 4 days ago. It says, GameStop at the Christiana Mall. And then he says, I think he said something else like, I had to drive around. Okay, so he lives, what, is that Delaware that he lives? Okay, here we go. It says, where did you find it? Christiana Mall in okay, yeah, Delaware. Christiana Mall in Delaware. That's that little tiny state, right? Doesn't like John live somewhere there around there, something like that? Anyway, it's a little tiny state on the East Coast. I went to 7 different stores today. So yeah, he had to even go to a bunch of different stores. So, and that was on June 13th, guys. That wasn't like it was, you know, right after launch. It wasn't like it was a day or two after launch. That was already the following week, right? That was already, what are we in? June 5th. So that was a week. That was a week and a day after the launch. So it was definitely hard to find, you know? So the reason why is that you got a lot of people that are trying to cap, you know, on Twitter and stuff like that to make it seem like the launch wasn't good or that nobody was buying them or stuff like that. The porter with the $2 says, you're next, OJ. You're going to get tariffed with Cali. I mean, we already get taxed to hell and back here. So, I mean, I'm used to that. So it really wouldn't surprise me if I did. Shout out to the combo breaks. 279. We're almost at that triple platinum. Was that 19 more? Yeah, 19 more combos. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got enough problems. I don't know if I need more tariffs and taxes coming in. That's not good. Let's see here. Why are you hating on Delaware? Did I hate on Delaware? I just said it's a tiny little state, right? Isn't it that tiny little state? That's next to Philly, isn't it? Because I know John, it didn't take him long to drive to too many games. So I'm guessing Philly and Delaware are really close to each other. Facts. Dude, Celsius, all those drinks make me feel super jittery. I don't drink those anymore, man. One time I was editing late at night and I went to go get a Celsius drink and I drank it. That thing made me jittery. I couldn't sleep after I was done. It was crazy. Could not sleep. So yeah. Delaware's a respectable size state. Come on, man. Respectable size state. Sure. Yeah, it's a tiny state, but driving through it takes forever because NJ Mofo's clogging our highways because they want tax-free shopping. So people from somewhere else go to there because of the no state tax. That's hilarious, man. Oh man, it's like, yo, let me go grab this drink. It cost me $5 over here, but over there in $5 plus tax, but over there in Delaware, no tax, baby. No, I'm guessing you'd probably go there to get like other stuff, right? With the no state tax. That's good. I think the closest place that has no state tax to me, I think it's Nevada. If I'm not correct, I think Nevada has no state tax in Nevada. Or does Washington State? I think that has no state tax either. I think those are like the two closest. And Delaware, remember that one guy argued Japan's economy is only as good as Delaware, therefore Japan's sales don't matter. Yeah, which is insane because the Switch 2 sold 1 million units pretty much in Japan in the opening week or whatever, the opening days, and like in the US it sold 1.1 million for the whole US. So yeah. Facts, gotta be mindful of energy drinks. Someone I know passed away because he drank like 10 of them in a span of a few hours. he had an underlying heart condition he didn't know about. Yeah, drinking 10 Red Bulls or 10 energy drinks in a span of a few hours, that just seems like a death wish. I'm sorry to hear about your friend, man. But ever since I heard about there was a football player that played in the Arena Football League over here, and I remember he drank a Red Bull before a game and he died during the game, and I told myself I'm probably never going to drink a Red Bull. And if I do drink a Red Bull, I'm just going to sip. I'm not really going to be... And I'm not going to drink it before I do anything. But yeah, I remember there was a football player that died. He drank a Red Bull before a game, and I'm like... And he died, and it was very unfortunate and sad. Yeah, Texas has no state tax as well. They get you in other places. They get you in property taxes, though. Like, they always find the money somewhere else, though. So it's like, oh, yeah, no state tax, great. But then it's like, oh, well, they got X, Y, Z, E, D, V. Like, they got other stuff that they'll do to try to get it back, you know? Delaware is smaller than the island Taiwan where I'm living in. Oh, okay. The state property tax is really low. Income tax is that hurts. There you go. Let's see here. I drove to Delaware on a U-Haul to buy my couch set. Go to Delaware real quick, get your couches, then go all the way back. Wait, Abaddon, I know you're in East Coast, but I don't know exactly. You're like, yeah, I don't know if you want people to know where you're at, so never mind. But I know you're in East Coast. You're a Patriots fan, so you're somewhere over there. CR World's game with the $3.
They weren't kidding when they say Red Bull gives you wings. Angel wings, that is.
Bro,
Lol.
stop, man. That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. Thank you for the $3. I appreciate it, man. Shoutouts. Whoever that weirdo said that the Delaware and Japan, I feel sorry for the geography, social studies, economy teachers. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Just like everything else, moderation, but obviously really important with caffeine in general. Yeah, exactly. Like, drinking that much, like drinking 10 of them in a span of a few hours, that just seems like nobody's ever said that you should do that. Like, that's never been something that anybody's like, oh, that's a good idea. Like, nobody said that, you know, at all. So that's the reason why I'm like, what's going on? Why would you drink that many in that little of time, you know? So I don't know. That's just my opinion, at least, right? So yeah. See, I know this dark human, yeah. You can either have a no pace or you can have functional government. You can't get both of those. I don't know what that means. No, but yeah. I mean, it is what it is. That's why I try to live. If you live as simple as possible and you try not to overthink things and you just try to go your way, it makes life a lot easier. Because the minute you start trying to get involved in everything, government, get involved in everything, you know, when it comes to stuff, you end up just losing sight of, you know, just end up being angry about everything. So, you know, for me, I try not to, I mean, I have issues just like anybody else when it comes to like family or when it comes to this or that or other things, or when it comes to, you know, all the stuff that you got to pay for, whatever the case is, right? We all have our own trials and tribulations, but I mean, like I said, if you just take it one day at a time and then just try to live as simple as possible, man. Try to be the best that you can, live as simple as possible. That just makes things a little bit easier. And if things don't go your way, then they don't go your way, man. I mean, like, there's nothing else that you can really do about it, you know? You just try to do the best that you can, you know? A number of watch stories, including Rolex, and the Cristiano Mall says something about big corpos here. They use like that in high school, cranking one every other class. Teachers were like telling them, you're going to regret that, and you're older, and look what happened. Yeah. I remember when Red Bulls first came out, man. I was always very wary about them. Because the Red Bulls, they just tasted kind of weird, you know? So I was always kind of wary of it in the first place, but, you know. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jason Wade? Welcome. Remember, guys, make sure you enter into my Nintendo Switch 2 giveaway. Link in the description. Today's pretty much the last day to enter. I'm going to be announcing the winner tomorrow. We're going to be streaming Donkey Kong Bonanza early tomorrow morning. So if you want to watch the Donkey Kong Bonanza direct, make sure you check out my stream. I'll be streaming bright and early tomorrow morning. We also had a new video today that's actually doing pretty well. So if you haven't seen that, Nintendo's starting to ban people with MIG switches. You guys know the MIG switch? Starting to ban people. So if you haven't watched my video on that, make sure you check it out. We also had 2 videos the day before on June 16th. So that was yesterday. So we had 2 videos. So if you haven't seen both videos, I talked about the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct. I talked about potentials, maybe getting like Devil May Cry 5 on the Switch 2 after it hit 10 million units. We also talked about Fire Emblem, what's next for Fire Emblem, and other updates. We had some stuff when it comes to Castlevania. There's been like a lot of cool videos on the channel lately. So if you haven't checked out the channel for the last number of days, check it out. Some good stuff going up. That's right, on property taxes and changes per county in Texas. Yeah. What's up, Troy Perry Gamer? Welcome to the stream, brother. Fire Emblem. Yes, sir. Monster energy drinks are not healthy. I mean, most energy drinks aren't healthy at all. Like, most of them aren't, like, good for you. Aren't healthy at all, but, you know. It's up to you what you put in your body, right? At the end of the day. So yeah. Hey, shoutouts, Dank. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the list of games to go over. All right, let's see here. Shang Jun Ko, thank you for the subscription. Also, Michael J, thank you for the subscription as well. Well, many PC fanboys already blame Nintendo on the MiG Switch. I mean, yeah, it's Nintendo's fault, but they're actually accurate on that. When it comes to MiG Switch, yes, Nintendo. They blame Nintendo for the MiG Switch even happening in the first place, or they blame Nintendo for banning people. Like, which one? I don't watch crazy PC fanboys. Like, I don't waste my time watching slop, you know. Let's see. Like many things, moderation is key, but people slamming those energy drinks all the time. Yeah, I know. I got you. Actually, I feel you on that one, man. It's crazy. Hey, what's up, the Game Double? Hey, shoutouts, man. We're at the end of the stream, though. We've been going for a bit, so we've exhausted pretty much all of our topics. But thank you for coming through, man. Not sure if I did already, but oh, you talked about the Great Wall. Hey, what's up, the Great Wall? Welcome. Did I not say what up to you, bro? I hope I didn't say like miss you throughout this whole stream. They blame banning, but many titles say the dude got banned for backing up games on MiG Switch. LOL. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think the problem with the MiG Switch is that it's you can play pirated games on there. So there's if they, and I talked about that. I said if they actually made it to where you can't play pirated games, I think maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. But yeah, like the fact that you can actually play pirated games on there, that's the problem. So I mean, he says that they're legal, everything's all legal and all that, but I mean, he should have never went on. I don't know why he went online. I don't know why he took the system online, you know? But yeah, like it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I think we all knew the risk when you do something like that. Chances are you could get banned if you're going to use that. Like that circumvents the copyright on there. So it's unfortunate. I wish that, you know, he wasn't banned, because like if he did legally dump all of his games, then okay, legal backup, but you know, it sucks, I guess, for him. Sorry to hear about it, but I mean, I'm not, whatever. I don't really care. If people want to be upset about it, they can. If they don't want to support Nintendo or whatever, that's their priority as a consumer, you know. So it's all good. Systems being banned for using pirated games, been a thing since PS2. Yeah. Even his post even got removed on Reddit. Why did it get removed on Reddit? Why did it get removed? Because he lying about legal backups? Been here for, oh my gosh, sorry, the great shout outs to the Great Wall, man. Appreciate you, fam. Strategy games with mouse controls about to be lit. The Kiritsugami game has me hooked. 20 hours, just copped the day before. Nice. So that has mouse and keyboard support with the Switch too. Might have to check that out. Yo, Kim Morton, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Let's go. There's only confirmed Switch 2 chassis is made with different material. It seems like it doesn't track fingerprints as easy as the Switch 1. It has the same capacity touchscreen as the Switch 1 has. So it's pretty much the same thing from what Nintendo put up. Go ahead back to Made in Russia MiG Switch. Made in Russia. You want energy, get bananas or matcha? Yeah. Do you think this generation is going to be definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles 2? It's possible. My guess is was being disingenuous about what happened with the ban and how it happened. That's what I'm guessing. Defeats the purpose of just going all digital if you have to manually re-clicking the cart in. Yeah, the only difference, I guess, would be like if you want to save, if you want to actually sell the game. If that's pretty much, that'd be it. Or if you want to like let somebody borrow the game easily, not have to add them to your like have the Switch right there. you can like ship it to them or whatever, or you can obviously you can like buy the game and ship it to someone's house or something like that. Compared to like a digital game where, I mean, I guess you can give them like Eshop credit, right, or something. If you're talking about game key cards are not meant to be even though they are digital games, they're not meant to be. They're meant to replicate a physical game because they're not tied to your account. They're I mean, I think you know this thing. They're not tied. I'm just saying it for everybody else. They're not tied to your account. They're tied to the cartridge. The cartridge gives the unlock key to the game. Marathon has been delayed indefinitely. Yep, been delayed indefinitely, unfortunately or fortunately. But all right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for coming out to tonight's stream. That was awesome. Appreciate all of you guys that came out and supported. Big love to Bead Queen as well. And his stream is the Hokage and Stream Ninja with the 150. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Also, big love to Justin dropping donos throughout the whole stream. Big love to everybody that supported. Shout out to all the Elite Ninjas, you guys that were commenting, talking, members, not Elite, just regular Ninja in the Village. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys made today's stream incredible. So I do appreciate everybody that came out to today's stream, man. It's really awesome. Obviously, the support's cool. So thank you guys. It helps keep Player Essence, going. So I really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support and love. And yeah, man, we're gonna keep going, man. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep trying as hard as we can. We're gonna keep making more videos and more stuff. So tomorrow we have a Donkey Kong Bananza Nintendo Direct. So I'm gonna be talking about Donkey Kong Bananza, and we're gonna be streaming the show. So if you want to head out or if you want to head to the show tomorrow morning early, I'll be here for that. All right. So I'll be here for the Donkey Kong Bananza bright and early. I'll be up super early. So thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for coming out. Check out the videos on the channel. And yeah, get ready for Donkey Kong Bananza tomorrow. All right, guys. Love y'all so much. We'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.